kill with the warrior poet, spitting out the facts, artillery loaded, perfecting our craft, yeah you know we devoted. I know what I want so I'm staying focused. You hitting up my line, it's on do not disturb. Don't need a fool who can't even back up his words. Had to burn bridges and take different roads. You might think I'm toxic, but homie, I got goals.
And I was meant for you. I go about my business, I'm doing fine. Besides, what would I say if I had you on the line? Same old story, not much to say. Hearts are broken every day. Okay, where are we doing? Let's go.
I believe we're recording a podcast.
Okay, I'm sorry. I get nervous and I have to like sing before every podcast, you know?
Me too.
I need to do a little more.
I think we're going to do that now from now on. Like, we're going to open the podcast with like a mic check. Yeah. The mic check is going to be some random motherfucker. Usually me singing, you know?
If it was a mic check, you should have told me. I had some cool shit to say for a mic check, but whatever. But how are you doing, Jesse? What's going on?
I'm doing just fine. I'm having a cup of coffee with a friend. How about yourself?
Ooh, I'm having a cup of water, and I am actually doing far greater than just fine. I am almost ending my first month of dieting, meal prepping, a little bit of exercise, but not so much, you know, trying to get shit in order. And I am currently at minus 20 pounds. Or it's my personal best minus 20 pounds. So I've been losing a lot of weight. I've been eating healthy and proper. I've been getting mental clarity, focus. I've been doing a lot of rest, but not guilty rest. Not rest that's like, oh, I'm a piece of shit, I need to go. Like rest where you're like, I'm enjoying myself laying down and playing a fucking video game, or I'm enjoying this little walk or this whatever. You know, a lot more of that than before.
Yeah, you're not being a slob or a sloth, right?
Well, it's sloth-ish, because you could be doing something productive, but it's like not the guilt of sloth. You know, it's not like you're being so lazy that you think you need to repent because you're hurting others. It's more like I could be working, but I'm actually enjoying my time here. Because a lot of times people, when they rest, they're not enjoying themselves. They're like, what can I watch? What can I do? The fucking dishes. I have bills. And by the end of it, they fall asleep maybe twice as stressed because all they really did was sit down in a chair and worry.
Yeah, well, I worry quite a bit, you know, but I do want to fucking stay on track, you know. I fucking have to congratulate you for, you know, these long strides that you've made, and you have been consistent, you know. You haven't just been like starving yourself for like a couple weeks and then like bouncing back. Yeah. You could very easily gain these 20 pounds tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, if you wanted to.
In 2 days. Easy, right?
Yeah.
It's a weird progression, because if to be good takes this much effort, then you might as well just be bad. It's just like, whether it's like a moralistic issue or a work time issue, it's like, are you really going to tell your boss you fucked up, or are you going to let it slide under the radar and, you know, it's not going to be your problem in a few weeks? So it's that is the sloth is the sin that I was continuously committing. Sloth and gluttony, you know, where I think the core of those sins is lack of love for others, not for yourself. Because in your slothness and not doing things that are productive, and in your gluttony, you're causing harm to other people.
I agree.
As an obese man, I've heard plenty of times, why does it fucking matter? I'm not hurting anyone. You know, it's none of your business. But then it's like, yes, but that's addiction speaking, because a true cognizant individual who is assessing all situations, like a trained medical professional, would say, you're hurting your family and your loved ones, you're causing them stress, they're going to have to come visit you at the hospital, they're going to shed tears because you died early, they're going to, you know, be worried about your diabetes, your sleep, your weight, your da-da-da-da-da-da-da. We are beholden to other people, and we need to have compassion to those who feel like they want to be part of our lives to improve us.
Well, the journey to self-improvement is very difficult. You know, I always talk about the journey from being a kid, a boy in particular, to a man. And it is very, very hard to transition, you know. And to be a mediocre man to a good man, at the very least, that's a quantum leap, you know. And what you're doing is you're assessing yourself, and you're making adequate decisions. You know, you're allocating your energies and your mental space, as you say, your clarity. I mean, everything is due to the fact that you have been very structured and rigid in your diet and the way you live your life now. You know, it's not just like by accident that you're losing 20 pounds.
Yeah, it's very. I put in a plan. I execute the plan. I keep with the plan. I stumble, but I know where the route is because the route is the plan itself. So it's kind of like you said, a mediocre man or like a superior man. But then I'd say, okay, what can be measured can be managed, and then I would ask you, from the full range of mediocre boy to a spectacular man, where are you on that spectrum?
Okay, that's a great question. I think I'm still a mediocre boy. You know, I think there's still a lot to learn. There's still a lot of ignorance and immaturity to my ways, and so I could only wish to call myself a simple man, a what you call it, just a good man. At the very least, like I said. But to be extraordinary, to be high value, what everybody is raving about, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and whatever figure, man. No, I don't care about that in particular. You know, like um, your internal structure is essentially what determines what kind of man you are. You know, and so I feel like I'm still very flimsy.
Do you think you'd ever feel differently about yourself?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I know that I'm going through like I'm telling you that like I'm still a caterpillar, but I understand that like I don't know how conscious a caterpillar is, but if I were a caterpillar and I knew I was a caterpillar, then I knew that before I died, I would be a butterfly. Does that make sense? So like that's a beautiful way to live your life, crawling through all the shit, getting possibly eaten by God knows who, or praying mantis or a bird, right? But then you have in the back of your mind that yes, there's gonna be a point where I'm gonna become stagnant. I'm gonna get encased in just like whatever the fuck, you know, a cocoon. And once I come out, I'm gonna come out roaring, guns blazing, you know, like a phoenix. I'm gonna literally fly out of that fucking thing, that my rut, you know. Like your rut is like your pile of shit. Your rut is just fertilizer. It's just your cocoon, you know. You're gonna come out a beautiful oak tree out of that, or a butterfly.
I don't believe you're a mediocre boy. I don't think I know anyone who has a perception of you as a boy at all or mediocre. But it's just like, what quantifiable thing can you place there that you could say I'm beyond boy and I'm into man? Like, because I feel like you've checked all the boxes that need to be checked to be a man, So I don't know what else would need to be checked for you to be like, I'm a man. I think you are. You're not the highest value man with all this bullshit, but you're higher ranking than the average man, I believe.
I appreciate that. I take that as a very very well, obviously a compliment, right? But like beyond that, I guess. But I suppose I'm just being more humble now than I let on to be, you know?
Humble seems to be a thing that a man would do, not a little boy. A little boy would be like, I fucking have all the superpowers.
Yeah.
I think it takes a man to be able to scrutinize and step down and, regulate power accordingly to righteousness. Because if you're just like, I own everything, I do everything, I'm the baddest motherfucker, well, then you're not a man. The people at the top should have the know-withal to be able to say, we are fucking up here. Yeah, this needs to be changed. They direct things to a better plan. They don't say they're the best plan.
Well, the thing is that evil people, they know they're doing bad. Like, excuse me, the coffee. If I punch you in the face, there's no way in hell that I'm thinking I'm doing you a favor. I know that I'm hurting you. I know I'm doing you a disservice. I know that that's not friendly. At the very least, it's an act of war, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, these people at the very top of the echelons of our societies, the ones that really, really, they actually had a conference. These billionaires got together and they started speaking about how they were going to allocate the world's economy and you know, it's like, I don't know, man. Like, we're worried about the possibility of new world order. Well, hello, maybe it's already here. It's been here, right?
Yeah.
Like the idea of choice, dude. I saw this fucking thing on TikTok, or no, I don't watch. I don't do TikTok. It's just TikTok is the thing to say when you see a short clip. TikTok owns the short clip market. You know?
Hey, sweetie, are you playing your Nintendo? It's like it's the Xbox 390
Exactly.
or whatever.
Oh, dude, that's such a perfect way to put it. Dude, honestly, like I've only opened a TikTok account for like a couple weeks and then I deleted it. So I don't use TikTok, you know? But the thing is that like I'm scrolling through these like short reels and fucking they show this very gruesome, nasty graph. It shows 5 companies. I think it's Pfizer,
Nestle.
Johnson, Nestle, PepsiCo. They own everything, dude.
All the things, yes.
Everything.
Gasoline to plastics to food to water. Thank you, Walmart.
Remember when they said monopolies were illegal? Like they figured, like start companies, but don't just start a company. Start 2 companies. Don't just start 2 companies. Like that's what they did.
Well, no, it's not a monopoly. You see, there's Hershey and there's Toll House. They're completely different companies run by the same corporation.
I understand what you're saying, Thomas.
Yeah, they're playing games,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm being more literal. You're being legit. Like,
yeah, they don't have multiple monopolies. They let competition. There's Walmart and then there's Albertsons. You could pick one. Oh, they're the same company. Fuck.
yeah.
Yeah. You have choice. Wait, do you? No. What type of cereals can you find at Walmart? Which type of cereals can you find at Albertsons? The same shit.
If you study economics or specifically at the beginning of like I don't know if it was Carnegie. Who was it? I think it was Carnegie, the one who ran the steel mills and all that.
I'm not sure.
Well, either J.P. Morgan or Andrew Carnegie, one of those 2 motherfuckers was running the show in terms of the iron business, the production of steel, and this motherfucker would like try to buy you out. Hey, I'll put $20K for your mill.
Yeah, you're never gonna make $20K. I'll buy it out for you.
You're like, bitch, that's what I make a year. Get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm not gonna sell my whole business for $20K.
Oh, I thought you were talking about when he would like overbuy.
No, watch. Okay. So he makes this offer, and now you feel disrespected because I lowballed you, right? Mm-hmm. And you're like, get the fuck out of my office, yada yada yada. I'm like, all right, tip my hat. So now I have so much power over the market that I put my fucking prices low to the ground, and you're stuck there thinking, fuck, if I lower my prices, I go bankrupt. But if I don't fucking do that, then I cannot compete with this motherfucker. So what do I do? Hey, let's renegotiate.
Yeah.
Great idea.
I
do think that we were up for a fucking second meeting, and in terms of renegotiations, I've already thought about the second terms. How about 17 grand, and we'll give it to you in cash right now.
Yeah.
But what about the 20? Yeah, that was at first, remember?
Inflation and shit, things change.
Yeah, and I did feel a little bit disrespected, not gonna lie, when you were in my office. But look at me, I'm giving you a cup of coffee in my office. You came to look, get him the cash, and so now he fucking stole your business.
Yeah.
Now he has your steel mill,
So what you're talking about is critical points, and critical points can be done with metallurgy. So there's a company you want to take over, but you can't quite take over it. But their product is axes. Let's say they sell axes, right? Mm. And that in order to make those axes that they're known for, they need this quality metal in the hem. but you own that company for the quality metal, or you're buddy with the people who own it, or most likely you own it, because let's be real, it's all one monopoly. So you jack up the price just on that fucking metal until they're such in dire strait that they're like, okay, let's make some deal. Cool, sign the paper. It's a critical point. It's telling a sushi place, either make a deal with us or the price of rice is going to go up by 2 cents a gram. And it's like, fuck, you know? What the fuck are you going to do? You can't prevent the price from going up, and they own the price. So they, there's some things that have caps on it, like milk and essentials, but there's many more things that you need the specialty. You need the fucking plastic for this, and they don't have to sell it to you at the price that they say. So either you're going to make a deal with Walmart where they're going to cut most of the profit, or you're not going to be the bottle producer anymore.
So check it out, bro. That was at the beginning, back in the Wild Wild West, dude. And so this motherfucker could get away with monopolies, dude. He controlled everything. He was number one in everything that had to do with U.S. Steel, And somebody fucking raised their hand and they were like, hey, man, this isn't fucking fair. Like, this motherfucker, like, where's competition? Where's the ability to, like, have, like, capitalism in this country? And that's when they outlawed monopolies. And that's when, historically speaking, we realized that these laws are fucking bullshit, because this same motherfucker, what he did is just fucking owned all the other different companies that were competing against him. He had a stake in everything else still,
Yeah, no, and it sucks because your perspective on what should happen, it's like, I don't want any motherfucker to have the monopoly on shit. But when someone doesn't have the monopoly on shit, all the prices go up. Because he knows how to streamline everything, and he knows how to work with everyone, There's a lot of products that we buy that aren't properly sold to us at its value. Because its market value is not the value of the product, but the value of bringing the customer in for the product. So there's little things like cheese, where it's like the customer's going to come and buy a little bag of cheese. We'll jack it up $1, but then the price of lentils will go down $1 because that's what we need right now. And no one could sell the lentils that cheap except for us. We could do $1 off because we did $1 up on the cheese.
Okay, so check it out. Okay, maybe I'm not going to speak out of place, but I am low-key proud of just the way we operate in terms of our culture, Mexicans, right? Because we are capitalists. No matter what poverty or whatever tragedy befalls upon us, like, we keep moving, We're like ants, We have a mission and we just, like, following the trail. But, like, the cartels noticed what the fuck there was a lot of money in avocados. They're like, man, they're making a killing in avocados, and we're over here fucking risking the biscuit for fucking some below. So they got in the avocado business. They basically controlled and got a stranglehold on the whole market, and they got the fucking avocados from $6 a piece to $2. And everybody's like, well, can the fucking cartel sell everything? Because the cartels are so organized.
Yes.
We think they're just like fucking mafiosos with guns, and they're just like ready to fucking chop your head off. No, dude, they're businessmen. They're smart. They're arithmetics.
When there's a major hit going on, you don't get a text message like, kill the motherfucker. You get a professional email that is encoded, encrypted, and set to the people who ought to know. The other people don't know shit. But if there's a major hit, it's not like a, hey, bro, fuck this guy. No, it's like a professional, like, ultimate professional. Like, a little letter on your fucking bathroom mirror that doesn't have any fingerprints.
The way your toilet flushes, it's like it starts flushing the opposite direction.
And
you're like, oh, fuck. I'm going to have to kill Jimmy.
Yeah. Fuck, I didn't think it would come to this, but I'm not going to go against the boss.
5 hours later. So, Jimmy, how about we go to the fucking pub and grab a brewski? I think I'm going to have to call it a night, though. Jimmy, remember when we started and you told me that I wouldn't last? Yeah, I felt the same way.
Yeah. Shit like that. It's a weird dynamic because it's literally a differential equation. Because if we allow no monopolies, then people go about and do their own shit, and progress is wasted. We're pressing the brakes on society on progress. When one person owns it, they could direct all their resources to make something incredible, which no man could do working with different companies. But since he owns everything, he could be like, I need this, that, and he could create shit.
We'll look at and this will probably happen. You could take somebody like Elon Musk, for example, right? And he doesn't have a monopoly on anything. He just has a marginal percentage on each market that he works on, right? But he's so successful in everything that he does that I fear that the government is going to look at it and think, oh, we have to limit his success and tell him, oh, you can only own 5 companies. You can only have stakes in 2, stuff, arbitrary shit like that. That's kind of like, why?
And
Like that's the stuff that scares me, I get the whole, like, let's organize ourselves and let's not let greedy people be greedy, but let's also give successful, like, genius people, let's not let them have a tragic life like Tesla. Nikola Tesla had a very horrible life.
yeah, and it's hard to play the both games because it's like, where do you set the marker? Where do you set the foundation? How do you set the law? How do you regulate? How do you prevent someone from being a badass Nikolai Tesla and just saying, fuck y'all, you don't get no electricity unless you market with me, The same thing we're talking about, the companies who have the freedom to do those things. They have utilized those freedoms, and then they say, I don't hold a monopoly. Nestle has nothing to do with my conglomerate. They're a separate company entirely, but you find out that they're pulling all the shots nonetheless.
Well, it's because, like, that's why if how do I say this?
Nepotism.
Well, what is nepotism? I don't even want to.
Nepotism is giving someone else an unearned advantage in whatever ranking or something, because you like them, because they're your family, because they're part of your kin, because they're, so, oh, George Bush Jr., wow, you became the president of all the Americans. How did that happen? Oh, your father was also president? 2 in one family? That's just so weird. That's weird. That's crazy. It's like, what the fuck are we talking about? No, that's obvious nepotism. Obviously, Trump Jr. has a big shot at becoming president, in the future if he wants to go down that road, because everyone wants to name Trump, and that's nepotism.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like the monarchy system that we used to have. It's very hard to let go of these old. I'm not gonna call them wounds or scars, but they're just embedded in our DNA. Like, we have been oppressed. Our ancestors have been oppressed. There's been a very small percentage of actual people that have governed over other people in the history of ever, and it's still the same today. It's just like, now women are fighting for their little power, men are fighting for their little power, blah 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 blah. Everybody's thinking that there's actually, like, a power game that can be won, but the real thing that needs to be realized, and guess what, guys, the real secret to life is gonna be fucking spilled over right here, right now, on the Warrior Poet Show. Oh yeah, I didn't even say that this is the Warrior Poet Show.
Yeah, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
So please spill the secret of the universe to us. And why is there a red dot on the wall? Okay, never mind. Let's just keep doing it.
Oh. Oh, so the real secret is, bro, nobody gives a fuck about you. Nobody gives a fuck about me. And nobody gives a fuck about the king of the world. Like, we're all gonna be, like, old, or some of us might not even be that, Yeah. But one thing's for certain, we're all gonna die, and then that's where the real fucking roller coaster starts, I think, So
every one of us could have a funeral in a week and be buried in the ground.
Yes, absolutely. I've already had several family members of friends, and everybody's dying of heart attacks, COVID, car crashes, attacks. It's just like life is so fragile and finite, and we just like we just never take the time to acknowledge that. We don't meditate on our mortality.
Yeah, it's a weird thing because whenever like I have friends who still have family, which is a lot to say because a lot of people don't have family at all, but they still have family and they post some shit that's like, my bitch mom made me do this, make me do that, made me. I'm like, that's out in public, bro. Like, you don't have her forever, and when she's gone, you're gonna cry about it. But like, fuck, like, your bitch mom, like, really, bro? Like, you're an adult. Like, stop. You know, there's a lot of ugliness that goes around. Whenever we're frustrated, we don't show people we appreciate them. But whenever we're not frustrated, we don't appreciate them because we don't need much. So it's a real disgusting way our brain works. And the cure for that is to just stay with people. You know, if you haven't visited them in a while, go show up at their house. You didn't tell me you were coming. Well, I'm here, bitch. What the fuck we eating? You know, like, go and just be near people. Be with them. What are you doing here? What's the point of this meeting? Spend time with you once in a while. You know, there doesn't have to be a point. It doesn't have to be Valentine's. It doesn't have to. That, I think, cures society because then you have people that you could outreach. Whenever I do that, people who never text me, never call me out of nowhere. Oh, hey, how are you doing? You wanna? And now them reaching out to me, having never have done it before after I reach out to them, is an indication that they are suffering with loneliness, you know? Because they'd be like, fucking Thomas came over or some shit. I don't know, he's fucking weird, forget it. But whenever I get that like return, like, hey, are you doing something this weekend? That means they do deal with loneliness, but they never knew I was an option. And of course I was. I love them.
Yeah. I think everybody's lonely intrinsically speaking, because it doesn't matter who you're surrounded by, you know. It doesn't matter if Thomas is always an option or if I'm always an option. If you're lonely, that's an internal thing. That's a you problem, you know. You need to work on yourself. I think meditation is the perfect way to get rid of all of these ailments that people suffer from, you know, or at least it's a great way to alleviate the suffering of these ailments, you know.
Can I take a puff of this?
No, what the fuck? This is a PG-13 show. My daughter sees this.
Hello, Araceli. I'm gonna
You just name dropped my daughter. How dare you?
delete that, please.
I'm just kidding.
Sorry about that. No, you can delete it. That's actually kind
yeah,
of weird.
of course.
Sorry. That's too specific of a name.
I'm gonna see if I could like bleep.
Yeah, please do. Sorry, I didn't think. But what I was gonna say before I was gonna take a puff, but it's not working right now. There you go. Okay, so we all think of ourselves as no. I want you to perceive me as a god, and you want me to perceive you as a god. So we hide the flaws that make us less like gods and more like humans. So there's some simple everyday shit that people are embarrassed to talk about. You know, and I'll make it as simple as possible. The restroom. It's one of those things that you cannot talk about with other people, you know? It's one of those like, hey, you're kind of weird. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And it's like that shame of it. Although we all use the restroom. It should be a common nothing. But it's like, oh, God forbid I even shit. But even like smaller things like, whenever you do something wrong, you're not inclined to tell other people you did it wrong. You're only inclined to tell them whenever you were wronged. Oh, you can't believe what happened to me today is a common beginning of a story. But it's not like, oh man, I did some fucked up shit today, bro. You know, because
I feel like that's like the beginning of all my stories.
Well, those are the good stories. That's why you're a good, host and all. But most people, like the normal people, they're just like, why would you tell me that? That's weird. It's like, we're human. There's nothing wrong with it.
Well, it's also that's a power play that we're talking about, you know? Like if you're in a corporate sector, right? Even just a janitor, right? And then you spilled the mop bucket all over the fucking floor, you know? Like, of course you could, like, be hasty and mop as quickly as possible and look like a fool. Or you could just be cool and shit and be like, hey, I just found this, like I was just trying to fix it up,
Yeah.
It's just yeah. A lot of liars out there, but it's for a reason.
Yeah, most liars just want to know the truth. It's easier to get to the truth if you lie. If I pretend to be someone else, then people will be more willing to tell me more, and then I know the truth. Whereas if I pretend to be a super uprighteous man, then people are like, oh, it's kind of like that whole, oh no, we're going to their house, you better dress right, you better, it's like the uncomfortable, unlike the house where it's like you could walk in dressed as whatever and you'd be like, I'm opening your fridge, I'm getting Coke, go ahead. It's a different feeling between that, and I don't think there's a lot of merit in going to a place or a person that you feel uncomfortable with. But we need to feel more comfortable with each other by being honest about it,
I don't think so.
No? The other way?
No, I just think like if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. You don't have to push the envelope, Like for example, you could have family members or in-laws, whatever, what have you, and you don't want to go to the cookouts. You don't want to go to the whatever meetings. You don't want to go to the birthday parties or any of that shit, because you're just like not comfortable,
I think my mind sometimes has trouble establishing the clause of the things that I say, and then I say the conclusion. Because like the intro clause to all that would be like it's someone that you actually care and love for and want to like move the relationship forward with. Like, of course, if you just don't feel comfortable, then nah. But it is like these. I'm thinking more of like people that you admire, you want to be around and with. Like I don't mean like tell your truth to someone who treats you poorly or tell your truth that to someone who it's inappropriate to tell them to. But I'm saying you have some relationships in your life that you could be more honest with, and they would appreciate that honesty because if they know that you're hurting, they could tell you when they're hurting, It's not everyone. It's not like I'm going to go and tell.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No, yeah, I misunderstood. Yeah, in that case, yeah, you need to have like your fucking... I don't know how many people you need, but at the very least, that one person, your confidant, that you could like lay down some freaking truths or unload some harsh realities that you're dealing with. That's always necessary. I don't know. I think like it's just a catharsis. It's just putting it in a physical form. Like, it's not ethereal anymore. It's not just a thought. It's not just a memory. It's not just an idea. You could write it down. You could meditate on it. You could pray. You could go to therapy. I think therapy is great, but it's also a waste of fucking money when you could just fucking do this,
Yeah.
It's like, how about you? Because it doesn't matter, right? Well, the whole point is like confidentiality, right? So like but how do I say this? It's because it pisses me off. Like, how am I gonna pay you $100 an hour for you to just shut the fuck up about my secrets?
That's how valuable silence is.
Yeah, and that's how nasty people's fucking secrets are. That they cannot tell their mamas or their best friends. Like they have to like literally pay somebody to like hear them out. And then, like, as they're walking out the door, they're like, okay, here's the money, but you gotta shut the fuck up, or you're going to jail.
Yeah, or you're going to get prosecuted for patient whatever confidentiality. Yeah. But in the times when I used to lead the mental health group, a lot of people would say, this is better than any therapist, counselor, or psychiatrist I've ever been to. You guys are real, like... What was it? Well, I'm not going to say any names, and I'll switch everything about the story. There was a woman who said, I relapsed again. I started drinking again because I got into financial problems, and it's real difficult, and I'm having, like depression because of it, And, like, people were telling them whatever, but I'm like, Man, that sounds like when I'm overeat. It sounds like you're making excuses, and this problem started because you kept taking days off of work because you want to go out and have fun. It seems like what you need to do is either be more disciplined or be realistic and say, hey, like, I can't do it. I need days for fun, and then get you a different job. Like, it's that different perspective of like, we tell ourselves a story, and sometimes we convince ourselves because we're so foolish, but it's something else. Like I used to say, I hate art. Fuck art, no type of whatever. Well, now I started using products like this. I also have a sleep apnea machine. And since I started losing weight, like maybe 4 days into it, I've been very poetic. I've been very write shit and write constantly. Like, I feel sorry for a friend who shall be named Daniel because he doesn't care. I feel sorry for Daniel because he's
Damn,
getting...
Daniel.
Yeah, damn Daniel. He's getting like all sorts of fucking poetry from my like text, and I guess he might like it, but it's like that artistic side is being built up. So did I originally hate art? Or did things occur that like blocked me off from growing that type of thing so I could enjoy it?
Okay, so this is what it is. No, you did not hate art. It was just a repressed thing that you had going on for yourself. Like, for me, I hated people that could dance. I hated people that had like the courage to go dance. It's not whether you were good or bad or if you consider yourself a dancer. It's just people who were on the dance floor. Fuck you all, right? Like, I hate you all for just like having the audacity to be shaking your booty like that. But it's like, man, I was just jealous. I was just jealous that I didn't have the balls to go out there, you know? But now, like, to me, I'm not claiming that I'm a good dancer, of course, you know? But I'm just saying that, like, I like dancing, you know? It is a fun thing to do. Whether I look goofy as fuck or if I look, like, fucking ridiculous or whatever the fuck, you know? Like, it's just fun. Like, I remember the first time my sister was teaching me how to do, like, the fucking bachata bullshit. Dude, she was just twirling me, and I was also under the influence, and she just like fucking started cracking up, you know, cause like I was just like with a big ass smile on my face, you know, and I didn't even notice. I just felt like I was on a cloud, you know.
Aww.
Yeah,
This is gonna be your dirty dancing moment. This is gonna be part of the movie.
I was on cloud 9 that day.
Whenever you become like the top dancer in the bachata world, this is gonna be part of the movie. That he was making podcasts.
I'm gonna be
dancing.
on America's Got Talent.
No, sometimes
No, Dancing with the Stars, dude. But I have to be a star first, right? So let me become a star, and then I'm gonna dance with like Jennifer Lopez or something like that.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine I'm on Dancing with the Stars with Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah.
Bro.
The Masked Singer or some shit, right?
Dude, I don't think I could keep up with that woman. She's too much for me.
The first example of a man ever being intimidated by a woman. This is the single first
It's
example.
Jennifer Lopez,
It
man.
never happens. This is the first time a man was ever. Have you ever heard them say
Hey,
that
have
shit?
some respect for Jennifer Lopez.
No, I'm having disrespect for like
For me?
the people who say that shit. When the women say the man was I intimidated him. I'm like, I've never fucking seen that. I've never seen a guy like, oh, I'm intimidated. Like, if he had the shot, he'd go for it.
Oh, well, I think I could like totally like choke her out or like knock her out or whatever the fuck, right? But like in terms of dancing, dude, like I would get totally decimated.
No,
like,
we're talking dancing. We've never
Yeah.
started talking killing Jennifer Lopez. Please, like,
Jennifer Lopez.
she's a queen.
She's
She's my queen. She's my royalty. God damn it.
Oh, dude, and then how she like fucking never ages. Oh, Shakira too, dude. I don't know, dude. This is why I'm like, no. I think I'll shut up.
First on,
It's because you know what I'm thinking, dude. I am trying to be a good guy. Like I'm trying to be like genuine. You know, like I'm not trying to like ramp it up a bit. You know, like where because truth be told, you know, like. Sometimes I do try to be scandalous, you know. I'm like, oh, I'll say something like this or something like that, and see if I could capitalize on that. But I think they're just like scandalous thoughts that they come to my mind. They're just like funny bits, you know. It's just like it's always running constantly, and I don't see it as like an offense. I just see it as like me being me.
and those are the things that matter. If you're seeing that and you're being you, doesn't that make you a man already?
No, I think I see that very childish. I see that very childlike at the very least, you
No,
know.
a child would
And
pretend
I'm
to
not-
be everything,
hold on.
right?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that's very it's very cool. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Like, to be able to play the part, it's very important.
Here,
Especially like when I don't play the part, it's when I lose, dude. So it's not that I'm saying that, like, um I don't even know what I'm saying. What was I saying?
a child is nothing but pretends to be everything. A man means everything but pretends to be nothing. That's a good one, right?
Like that.
That's a little bit of poetry. Cool, live on stage. But I don't know. I've seen choices that you've made in the past, in the present, and the ones that you are making in the present seem more manly. They're not completely there, but it seems like not choices a child would be making. You seem to be making adult decisions, and because of that, I think you've transitioned from that, because you could be doing a lot more fucked up shit than you're doing right now that you have access to. That would be a lot more fun than what you're doing now. But you're deciding against that and instead try and do something responsible and productive and forward in life. So because of that, it's like a child, you let a child have free reign, he's going to do some bullshit that he ought not to and then get a tummy ache. It's only an adult who's like, okay, I need to.
Well, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, sometimes I am that child, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna spend fucking basically $20 on candy, dude. And to me, that's like, whatever. That's fine. And that would be fine, right? If the $20 that I just spent on candy lasted the whole month. But boy, oh boy, does that fucking kid that I'm talking about, that kid that has a sweet tooth. And I eat the whole candy, dog. I ate it all in that same night. I just, in one movie, dude. I just put on Rocky fucking 2 or 3. Definitely not 4.
I gotta tell you, Jesse, your eating is getting out of control. You just need to stop already, bro. Like I've never had that problem, but your ass needs to, motherfucker. Like, so,
dude, yeah, teach me your ways.
So let me teach you my ways. Okay, so I'm doing the diet thing, right? And I'm like, I'm doing this also, which it gives you the munchies or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck. So I'm like in my room, and I'm like, should I order Uber Eats? And automatically my brain is like, no, bitch, you're doing so good. That graph is staring. I chart my weight loss on a graph. That chart is staring at you, bitch. You can't do it. But then my devil on the side is like, no, of course. Uber Eats, you don't even have money for that, bro. No, I'm saying you could go ahead and, go to the kitchen and there's that box of pizza from the party and you could just put it in the microwave. Who's gonna know? And then my good side's like, no, Satan, not today. You're not gonna win over this soul. He has the cheese string and the measured cereal in the stupid fucking baggie. That's his snack. We'll meet you halfway, but we ain't going to the dark side. So I go to the kitchen and I feel all like goofy. I'm like, and with my little string cheese, the little ones that are like that, just like, and I take the smallest bites. I'm like, I need to cherish it. And then by the end, I'm like, I had a snack, and I was a little naughty, and I did good, But there always has to be a but. God damn. So there's that guilt in cheating, but your snacking stuff, it seems normal. Like like it seems like $20 a little bit of snacks, like a whole candy bar, it doesn't seem that bad, because like sometimes whenever I was like,
well, like it's not, I don't know, dude. I don't know if this is normal. People can like fucking let me know, but
$20, have you seen our cost? That's like
no,
one Reese's cup.
Let me tell you, if I had $1,000, I would allocate whatever percentage of that money into candy, and I would eat it all in one night. Like, what is that, $200? Or no, in this case, it's like all the $1,000.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter. Yeah. The whole point is that, like, I was craving, like, when the fucking brownies.
By the way, you're cut off from this, okay? Because you're already beautifying brownie talk.
No, dude. It's because, dude, when I had my cravings, I feel like a werewolf. I feel like an animal. I feel primal, Like, it's hard to conceptualize the brownie and this werewolf talk. But, yeah. Like it's just like, and then once I get the brownie, I'm like, okay, well, I need to mix it with like some fucking chips. I need to mix it with some fucking
Of course, you
sodas.
can't
Yeah,
just get a brownie. Come on, fuck
exactly.
off. You can't just get a brownie. You need a soda, right? And if you give a mouse a cookie, he might need some milk, right?
Or a latte.
Or a latte or two, right? Shit, that seems like regular human temptation. Like other people are like naughtily reaching out to like meth and shit, or naughtily reaching out to cheating on their wives, or naughtily reaching out to it's like me naughtily like in the kitchen like with a stupid fucking cheese. It's like, okay, bro, you're all right, you know. Like your naughtiness is candy, which is like, come on, it's not that bad, you know.
Okay, so I think my well, this one person that I was involved with, I think she told me everything that I didn't want to like acknowledge about myself, you know.
Okay.
Well, I'm not gonna get into detail, you know. Like,
No,
I'm not gonna
just let us hear the
beans.
voicemail.
No. It was just like face to face. We're still we're like the Flintstones, you know.
Yeah.
We're still back in the old days. We've talked like this, like you and I. Well, she just essentially said that like everything that I'm pretending to be is like why I try to be the best version of myself, you know, like no parties, no hanging out with other people, you know, like specifically girls, of course, you know, but that's already like cutting out like basically everyone else out of my life, and you think that's behaving, and that I don't know, dude. That's
Well, how bad are these people you're talking about? Like, if you have to cut out, like, if I had to cut out the bad people in my life, it would be like you. God damn, who the fuck am I gonna cut out? You know?
damn.
That was a joke. That was a joke.
No,
Your little
it's
teardrop. The teardrop. No, but like how many, like what type of people were they that you feel like you need to cut them out whenever you're trying to improve yourself?
no. You don't understand. Like it's just when you're involved with somebody romantically and you're thinking you're doing some good work by staying home and doing the dishes and vacuuming, you know.
Okay.
And that's what I'm saying, you know, like instead of like keeping your social life and maybe not hanging out with girls, maybe not like going out and to parties, you know, but definitely going out with the boys, you know, shooting the shit. That's very, very, very much necessary.
Yeah. I hate those people who think being good is just doing.
Relax.
Sorry, I'm not. The sound of leather hitting leather it scares me. Okay, so I was like, what the fuck? Okay, so that was a joke. Also, I hope. What you were saying, I have no idea. What were you saying? Say it one more time,
Okay,
please.
you're cut off from this.
No, I'm not even
because
that. I'm not.
You're already having the like.
I'm seriously not that bad, but it was just like I'm wondering why you're saying it, because I was like, we were talking about like the resiliency of man, right? Little whispers in the dark. I don't know. I don't think that you reaching out for a $20 bag or $20 bag of candy is like the greatest of evil. It's silly, but like it's not like you're a fucking piece of shit. You're Hershey's again,
Bro.
Tell me with the lips. I smell her.
I forgot.
It smells like Dorito Cool Ranch on you. Why do your fingers smell like Cool Ranch?
I forgot we were talking about candy.
Yeah, because you feel guilty about not being the true man because you bought 20. And I'm like, that's not even that bad. That's like good people problem. That's
Okay,
like,
no. You're correlating one sector, one small piece of the conversation with another sector, also small piece of the conversation with each other.
Okay, set it straight, Smalls.
The man and boy talk, it's over. Like we're talking about just simply this like raging appetite to like have candy or a fucking a pastry, you know, specifically like a brownie. Like if you're gonna give me something, give me a brownie.
So whenever I wasn't losing weight, a snack in my fucked up mind, I'd go to like the McDonald's and I'd be like, oh, can I have the Big Mac meal? Large, because of course you pay the extra cent, you know, cool. And can I have the fucking Oreo shake? Yes, cool, thank you, nice. And I would eat that shit like a snack. Like it comes with a drink, fries, a burger, and like a fucking the Oreo shake. And I'd be like, that was a cute snack. I can't wait for dinner. But it's like, because the burger feels so like, it feels like nothing. The fries are just like cute. The Coke is right there. And then the shake is just like it feels like a snack. So you're like, but now that I've been on this fucking meal prep shit, a snack is like the cheese and the cereal. Or there's like times when in the meals, I'm like, fuck, I have to eat the whole meal. Maybe not today. Maybe, you know, like.
All right, Thomas. So let me ask you this. What was the hardest thing you had to like get through at the beginning, you know, like going from like eating McDonald's as a snack, you know, before dinner, and God knows what the fuck you were eating for dinner.
Oh,
right?
yeah, fuck.
We won't have to get into bad habits, but like transitioning from all of that shit into like, man, now I have to be, and I'm seeing it, bro, like extremely disciplined, extremely like technical and mathematical, and like there's no room for error, or like your margins are very, very tight, you know? Like what the fuck? How do you muscle through the first week?
How do I muscle through the first week?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I thought you were asking a different question.
What do you think I was asking? I guess because, yeah, bro, like sometimes it's a podcast, man.
My brain was already scared. I was like, fuck, how am I going to answer that shit?
Okay, it's a podcast, man. When I ask a question, I have to fucking go blah, 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 la, 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 la. Your hair looks really great. Oh, and by the way, my question that I was going to ask to begin with, but like everything else to begin with, it sucks. And then if you answer correctly, and correctly will get me to like another round, that's a home run.
No, I understand that, but like I played Blue's Clues and I thought it was like the wrong thing. The Blue's Clues was like for making a movie or some shit, and I thought they were like making a porno. So, you know, it's a completely different question. You know, so I haven't seen that episode of Blue's Clues.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay, maybe.
Just look it up.
A pickle jar? What the fuck are we gonna do with that? And it's empty. It doesn't even have any pickles. You don't want to know which one that one is.
I've never seen it, but I think I already know what you're talking about.
So to muscle up the first week, the way that I muscled up is you must plan exactly for every day of that week. You can't have an idea of what it is. If it's meal prep, it's like, here's the fucking box that I must eat on Monday morning, bitch. You know? If it's exercise, you make like sheets of paper and it says Monday, Tuesday, and you have little boxes. It is Monday. You need to check that off the box. Did your ass check it off the box or did you not? Because if it's like, I need to start working out. Yeah, I'll start working out on Monday. What does that mean? That doesn't mean nothing. It could be like, oh, well, I did a stretch. That's a workout. No. Say Monday, box number 1, 20 push-ups. Box number 2, 15 squats. Number 3, 1 mile run. Box number, like what you need to do to say I worked out that day. What you need to do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, get into that routine. So I knew every meal I was going to eat, when I was going to eat, how much I was going to eat, what I was going to eat, where it was prepared. Everything was done on New Year's. New Year's I fell asleep. People call me at midnight. I'm like, fuck out. You know, I'm busy. Like, I'm sleeping. And then I'd wake up and there the box was for Monday. This type of shit. How much water am I going to drink? This much water today. I will drink this much water today. You know? That is what is going to happen. Like, if I don't, then I failed that day. And I have a charting system. And within the charting system, it lets you know whether you're improving or you're getting worse. So if your chart is like getting closer to the bottom, which means that you're getting better.
Yeah.
But then it bumps back up. It's like, fuck, I was up there 2 weeks ago. I'm back there. Nah, fuck that shit. I'm gonna go harder. I'm gonna do exactly what I need to do. It starts fucking up whenever you don't plan it, and it's not that important. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna eat healthier next week. I can make better choices. Maybe I'll go to the drive-thru and pick something healthy. The grilled whatever looks. Girl. That's not how it works. You plan it all. You can execute it all, because in your mind, it's like those are the things you said you would do. Then fucking do them. You said you would read 2 chapters of meditations. It's Monday. Where's my fucking 2 chapters? Where's the duh? Where's the duh? What? All of that, having little checkboxes, really, really helps me. I deleted a lot of things that I didn't need any longer. My Discord, I was just using it for shit posting and memes. I told people I was going to do this thing. I warned them, I might not be around. I might not be, I prepare all the things that could go wrong before you start. While you're eating a fucking cheeseburger and fries and a Coke and the McFlurry as a snack before dinner, in between all that should be a sheet of paper of what you're going to do day 1 when you start improving, what you're going to do day 2, how you're going to do it, how you're going to measure it, how you're going to hold yourself accountable. Because if you're not doing that and you're like, oh, I can't wait for day 1, but these are good, day 1's going to come and you're not going to know what to do. You're going to be panicked because you're dealing with your addiction or you're dealing with your lack of discipline. And discipline means you do things you don't like to do.
Yeah, so addiction is just what's the word? A metamorphosis of fucking lack of discipline, Like it's the gateway drug to addiction,
Yeah.
But not taking action, just imagining, having plans and dreams and aspirations, because I think everybody has visions, like I cannot be the only one that has like this vivid imagery and way of thinking.
Well, yeah, it's much like there was an episode that I was on with Matty Ice for some reason, and he said something akin to, I'm going to get closer to God. And
that's gonna be the abridged episode of the show.
Oh, okay. And it was like, I was kind of chastising him, although I know it's noble to be closer to God, and I believe it's a beautiful thing to do. I was chastising him in like, that doesn't mean nothing. Because it's like, what I was trying to convey was like, be closer to God, put something on the table. I'll give 5% of my check to charity every month. I guarantee I'll be at church every Wednesday. I will read 2 verses of my holy scripture every day. I will, kind of like those things.
Well,
a list of.
Well, that's why.
Real.
That's why I would debate heavily. I would like to actually debate heavily this person that I used to be as a kid. Like 18, 19-year-old kid me, even 21-year-old me. And debate him and tell him like how religion is not necessarily a bad thing. You don't have to get all caught up on the tabloids, whether there's nefarious people in all sectors of life. There's yogis that are nefarious. There's priests that shouldn't be priests and be called holy, but there we have it. And in reality, what I would tell that kid is that like, why you need religion is to have structure, to, like you say, to have that checkbox. Okay, did I love my brethren and my neighbor, and did I
take communion?
Exactly, all these things that you think, well, you cannot take them for granted, but like we do, and the reason we do is because we have idolized or started glorifying,
It's a strange thing with religion, but you could tell me, did you hear about the Catholic priest that did X, Y, and Z? And I'll tell you, does the average Catholic approve of those actions? No. Okay, I don't see a problem with Catholicism. Maybe at the upper echelons there's people in positions of powers that are doing shitty things, but the humans down there, They mean good, they mean righteous, and maybe they need that structure in their life of go to church on Sunday, wake up early on Sunday, go and do stuff. Why do you wake up early on Sunday? So that you can't go to sleep late on Sunday because you have to work on Monday. It makes perfect sense. Or, did you hear about the Islamic terrorist who did it? Okay. The people at my local mosque, do they think that's a cool thing that they did or a bad thing? Oh, they think it's horrible that it's, terrorism, and they don't believe in that. They believe in a religion of peace.
Yeah, and it's because, like, God is in everyone. God lives within everyone and everything. God is in basically every fucking scripture that you can fucking find. The thing is that the devil is in the same fucking realm in terms of, like, this, like, Earth thing we call the planet, Yeah. Like he also has scriptures. He also has religions and followers, and he also corrupts people within these so-called God-believing and God-following religions like Christianity, Islam, the Judaism, right? That's how you say it.
Yeah, Judaism.
Judaism.
There's Satanists, very serious practicing Satanists that I would welcome into my home, and there's extreme Christians who I wish were dead. It's no matter what your bias is about a certain religion, instead of hearing your bias and listening to what has been told to you, I always tell people, you want to learn about Christianity? Yeah, how do I learn? Go buy a Bible or get one for free. Sit down and read it. Should I meet with a pastor? No, don't meet with him. Why not? Because you read it. Read it for yourself. See it. Do you believe this or not? Well, what about Buddhism? Should I go to a Buddhist temple and do this? No. Get down with a sutra. Read it. See if you believe in it.
Okay, so, fuck. It's just very difficult to talk about all of this, because on one hand, when you look at all these, what is it, basically 3 religions,
the 3 Abrahamic religions, Islam, Judaism, and Christianity.
Yes, they all derive from Abraham's lineage, and so you have to understand that when I post this question in my catechism,
he just strikes me with knowledge, and I know it. It's crazy. Yeah, he's like, I was like, how does he keep fucking doing that? Catechism, fuck. God damn.
Lot of numbers.
7, 22,
that was
18.
genuine.
Oh, damn it. God damn it.
Oh, let's do it again. We'll edit it.
7, 21, 13, 56, and
this thing's broken.
32. Powerball is a 7. Imagine that is the numbers and we don't buy a ticket. Fuck.
Somebody actually believes in you?
Oh, and they do? They become fucking millionaires? Goddamn. Hopefully, please do. Go get some.
They just comment on our video like, bitches. What the fuck were we talking about?
Your catechism, how you asked a question.
Okay. Oh, yeah,
because
yeah,
they're
yeah.
all Abrahamic
yeah.
religions.
So I was like, okay, so what the fuck is, like, the difference, like, if we come from the same lineage and we are all basically preaching the same, and they're like, no, we're not preaching the same thing, yada yada. I'm like, okay, I get it, like the traditions and all that stuff are different, but like it's the same God, right? It's the same this, that, and the other. And they're like, yeah, but they just interpreted this, because it came down to this. I was like, what about the scriptures? Like, yeah, they just didn't interpret it correctly. And that was a good stopping point for me. But in reality, what I wanted to ask is like, well, what the fuck? Like, what if we're interpreting the scriptures incorrectly? Like, what if we're wrong? And in fact, what about if we just say fuck the scriptures? Well, because look, I have gotten a lot of good stuff from the Bible. Don't get me wrong, but I have also gotten a lot of good stuff from here. I get a lot of good stuff from a lot of different places. I get a lot of good stuff from talking to you, But the thing is that, like, when I meditate, when I shut the fuck up, when I make everything just go away, man, God just like speaks to me, and he tells me how it is, you know.
Yeah.
Then that to me is Bible, you know.
So a lot of Christians don't like to like recite or talk about this verse, but you ask a Christian, "What is the word of God?" And they'll pick up the Bible and they'll say, "This is the word of God, spoken and written upon the apostles' hearts to us, so we shall know about the teachings of the Lord Jesus Christ." There it is. And you're like, "Oh, cool, it is?" "Yes, it is." "Cool." You open it. What about this passage? The word of God is not written on ink, on pen and paper with ink, or on stony tablets. The word of God instead is written in the hearts of man. So you tell me, is the word of God this ink and paper that you just handed me? Is it here over here on these stony tablets where you wrote your 10 commandments? Or is it in the heart of man? Where is it?
Bro, the 10 Commandments is good enough for me. Like, we can do, like, the 48 laws of power. That could be, like, my religion. And it has its merit. It could have this spiritual thing. And I could link it to God some way or another, to Yahweh, you know? It's like, God fucking damn it. Like, what the fuck are we bitching about? Like, what have we been raping, pillaging, and leaving the bloodshed of Jerusalem for? You know, Israel is in shambles.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about the dude Israel. I'm talking about the fucking place, you know.
Oh, I was looking for the city of shambles, but I truly feel that's the way and the correct path, because I think the correct path is based on you analyzing the things you do and knowing whether you're fucking up or not through true honesty, through actual hard gritting honesty. And if you turn from those ways, then I think God will see you righteous and welcome you into the kingdom of heaven. But if you decide to do the things the wrong way and continue doing them and making excuses, I feel God will condemn you. So when you know you're doing wrong and you feel bad about the wrong you're doing, you have a path to go down. And if you make the correct path long enough, you'll be a righteous man. But if you keep going down the wrong path when you know it's wrong, and you feel it's wrong and you know it's not right, you'll be unrighteous and you'll be filled with grief, despair, guilt, anxiety.
So, men who are struggling and want, because you always say, okay, well, I'll start tomorrow. Well, I'll figure this out tomorrow, or it's fine, you know.
I can't do it that day. That's the day of the wedding.
It doesn't matter. But like, read Musashi, not the Book of Five Rings, the novel Musashi, and you'll find a window into the future. You know, if you're this kind of man, you know, you're gonna resonate with this character called Matahachi. You know, he was Musashi's best friend, but that guy just like fell off. You know, like, instead of like following through with his like dream to be a warrior, he instead like became an alcoholic, and you already know how the story ends.
Yeah, he made
Yeah.
one excuse after another
Yeah.
until he no longer had any excuses for his life or his behaviors.
Fell in love with a harlot, you know, fell behind, didn't feel adequate to continue with his studies, you know.
But that didn't feel adequate to continue in his studies. It's like, even that, because in and of yourself, you feel inadequate as you've explained yourself to be like a immature boy or whatever. I don't know what the verbiage was, but it's like, do you understand that people who love you and want to see the best for you feel pain when you say things and believe things like that of yourself?
Why is that?
Because we care for you and love you, and when we hear that, we don't like the idea that you would see yourself as anything less than the magnificent man that you are.
Well, I think that's just a misunderstanding, you know. And maybe like my perception of myself is should be for the sake for myself, you know. Maybe I have low self-esteem and I should keep that to myself.
But I don't want you to have low self-esteem. I'd
No,
be
I'm
happier
not,
if you did
I
it.
know. I'm not saying I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I do, but if I do, or if I don't, or if I feel very confident, cocky even, you know, like, these are things that should be internalized, you know. I think day by day, hour by hour, podcast by podcast, you will find that like it's very hard to discern who I am internally, because like I'm not gonna be splurging it out, like off cameras, of course. I know what you're saying, like and of course, dude, like if I am going through my hardships and stuff, like you're one of the very few people I can actually like lay it down on the table and let you know what's going on, and if I'm in trouble, like there's very few people that can get me out of the troubles that I get myself into.
Tom has always figured some shit out.
Yeah, but like we're not going to a funeral. We're here to liberate you guys. We're here to unplug.
No, it is a lot funner. It's a lot funner being able to move quicker. It's a lot funner to be able to, have more confidence, stand straighter, know that the number's going down, knowing that you're making improvements. You don't need to set a stagnant goal. Just know that you made a measurable improvement, Because it's like some people get stuck in like, I don't know what my goal is. I don't know if I want to do this. I don't want to do that. And I say, you don't need to make a goal. You don't have to pick what your degree is. You don't have to pick any of that shit. You don't have to pick what your long-term job is. But are you a better man tomorrow than you were today? And actually have some type of measurement on that shit. Don't just be like, I feel like it. No, have a measurement. Are you a better person than you were yesterday? I think if people started perceiving it like that, they would do better for themselves, which would make people around them heal.
Oh yeah, and that's like, again, like that's Musashi 101. That's essentially like a lot of successful people preach. It's just like, dude, don't worry about the guy next door, what he's doing. Don't worry about your actual competition, because there will be enemies. There will be actual competition in business and life. But what you want is like an opportunity to beat yourself, because that's actually satisfying, that's actually like.
He has grabbed the knife and unhinged it, got ready for an epic battle. My ass, I was the front man. I could take more stabbings. I'm fatter than Jesse, okay? So if they're going to do some shit, they could kill me first. You see? So I walk in and I walk forward. Nothing to the right, nothing to the left. I'll go to the other room, check to the right, check to the left. No, go into my room. And in the hallway, you know what I passed by? My chancla. My Mexican heritage did not tell my ass to pick up the chancla. No, instead of the fucking chancla, I go into the next room and weapon behind, okay? A chancla, I could kill any motherfucker in the world with a chancla, but I don't decide to use that shit. Instead, I open my door, it goes, dun, 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 dun. I look to the right, make sure no one's there, look for it, no, and I walk by, and I pick a kettlebell. You think my ass knows how to fucking use a kettlebell? What the fuck is that shit? God damn it, bro. So it was a sin. It was a sin nonetheless, but, I didn't get the chancla. My Mexican senses didn't jump
Thomas,
in.
put on your headphones. You're not having your headphones on. This is a sin.
Sorry. So, but it turned out to be someone who had left earlier but didn't really leave.
Dude, the chancla, it's the Mexican bazooka. What can I say?
I could hit anyone from like 20 yards out with a chancla. Like, it ain't hard, So, fuck. But
yeah, you don't want to do that, man. You'll hospitalize, possibly kill the individual.
Yeah, but if the whole, I don't like when people have like an end goal that they're realistic about, but they don't set a plan. It's like there's an idea. Get videos of girls who are complaining about dates, and then instead of dates or man or boyfriend, put my plan. So this is how it would go. So the girl would be like, my plan never sets a plan. He never says when or where. He's just, hey babe, you want to go out tonight? Fuck that shit. He needs to make a plan. Or
yeah.
He forgot my anniversary again. because that's like or my plan forgot the anniversary again, kind of things like that, because it's, he didn't clean his whatever. I can't believe that he pees all over the fucking toilets, and.
There, but that's very, 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 very true, and I think for the most part, people don't get through the hardest part, which is the thinking and the analyzing and the creating of a very structured and not don't over plan. There's analysis by paralysis, and that's a very real thing for a lot of people as well. But people sometimes don't get to that point. People are very shallow in terms of the way they operate. And I could tell you because that's basically me, dude. Like, a lot of times I'm like, fuck, man. Like, this is so basic the way things are being, like, enacted, Like, there has to be a more sophisticated way. And I know it deep down, I'm like, there has to be a more efficient, sophisticated way of doing things. And so that's kind of like where I'm at,
Well, my next idea in that, I guess, and going on what you're saying, is if you've tried before, it's try something new. You're not the smartest person in the room, and it's funny because I tutor my nieces, and I sometimes throughout conversations I tutor them twice a week, every year, the whole year, like always, So I'm always communicating with them stories and stuff, and I run out of stories or whatever. But when I tell them things that I've done in life, they're like, "You?" They think it's so weird that I do certain things. I tell them, "Oh yeah, I've been to DC at a protest." You? Yeah, me not. God damn it, FBI. Because I said I went to a protest in DC. It was in January 6th.
You just got my whole account flagged, dude.
Investigate me. I don't care. You won't find shit. I was here in my house, like, watching it, being like, what the fuck's going on over there? Okay. So, it's like, I've done, like, yoga, meditation, whatever stuffs. I've done, dance classes. I've done Zumba. I've done the stupid fucking bikes. I've done... Trying new things because you don't know. Maybe you think it's the cringiest, stupidest, dumb as fucking bullshit, but maybe you are the type of person that would feel better in your body and make better decisions if you went to the up classes, like, maybe give it a try. And you go once, and if it sucks, make fun of them. Be like, these fucking idiots over there, they fucking stand on one toe and breathe into the earth. What a fucking just try different things. You don't know. Go to a karate class. Karate's for 5-year-olds. No, there's adult classes. Go try it, and be like, nah, fuck that shit. I'm gonna get that. Until you find something that you're like, oh, I never knew this could. It's like the people who try the needles, the acupuncture. Mm-hmm. I guarantee 100% of them are like, I guess I'll try it, but this can't. And then some of them become fanatics and love it. It's like, great. I don't believe it works, but I've never tried it. And if I go and I'm like, okay, whatever, and they like poke, and like my mind opens up and I'm like, oh my God. Good. I found something that works for me, whether it really works or not.
Yeah, to me that acupuncture sounds like a whole lot of pain, So,
well, acupuncture,
whether it's good or bad, horse shit or not. I like saunas and stuff like that. I think that's like the heat tolerance is painful enough. But going back to what you're saying, you definitely shouldn't be reading books by their cover, But I think, as a son, sometimes you look at your parents and you think they're like a godsend, like they're not capable of anything bad. And in reality, they're human like you, they had youth and they had their moments of triumphs, and they had their mistakes and they fell and they had fun,
Yeah, we see them as gods because they were wise enough to hide all the problems because they loved us and they didn't want us to see all the problems, but the problems were there and they were serious.
Yeah, I don't hide.
Yeah, it's a difficult one because we do see them like that, and when they are no longer the idol we idolized, we understand why it says, "Thou shalt have no idols before me."
Yeah.
We figure it out, and it touches our soul. That's why it's a command, because we're like, what does what does it matter if I lust after my neighbor's wife? What the fuck does that matter? Why can't I be like, oh, I really want her, you know? But it's because we're not taking into account the effects it have on our soul, and the commandments have effects that have on your neighbor. Don't steal from your neighbor, you know. But then it has effects on your soul as well. Don't covet your neighbor's wife.
Well, it's like the discipline thing, the integrity thing, you know? Like, you can go and say you're going to go to a restroom right now and then stuff your face with, like, gancitos, you know? And then come back and be like, oh, yeah, it's washing my hands, you know? Nobody saw that. Nobody will ever know, and probably nobody will even give a fuck, you know? But, like, you keep doing that enough times and it's going to show. So even though nobody saw you, even though nobody caught you in the act, 2 months from now, maybe a month from now, oh, what the fuck, Thomas? Why are you fucking 40 pounds overweight, you know?
Yeah, like, hey, you gained it all back. What the fuck?
Yeah, and some.
So if your left foot slips, the whole body collapses. If the right foot slips, the whole body collapses. So your right and left steps have to both be measured and accurate. Okay? You can't just overzealous one because you're better at it and then the other one slips, the whole body collapses. In the same way in your life, neither your hygiene nor your diet nor your whatever. If you're doing something wrong in those realms, fix it. Your body needs you to fix it.
Yeah.
And it'll treat you better. And there's people who, you know, they know, they're like, I know I should floss, but whatever. No, fix it. Those little things affect your soul, affect your willpower. If you're willing to give up your dental hygiene, then you're willing to give up something else. Yeah. And something else and something else, and they start collecting, and you become a lazy person who's ineffective and not reaching any of your potentials and not reaching any of your goals. There's some goals within your grasp that are so easy that you could have, lest you have a little bit of discipline.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be all this crazy shit, you know. But I mean, to be great, you do have to go through crazy shit. But to just have some menial, like you say, attainable success, it's like you don't have to go through a lot of struggle and hardship. You just have to have discipline. Like, do the bare fucking minimum.
Yeah, it's like, so they tell you, do not go to the groceries, don't go to Walmart when you're hungry, because you're gonna buy everything and you're gonna be stupid about it.
Oh yeah.
And then we obey that and we put the food in the fridge. But then you wait until you get very hungry and then you go eat, and then you're eating everything you bought. So it's just as bad. Instead, you need to use the same analogy for when you eat. You have to prepare your food already, because when you're hungry, I'll eat 7 of them. But if you already prepare it, okay, this will be enough for me, you know? But if you don't prepare it, it's like, because you're hungry. You'll eat everything just like you'll buy everything at Walmart. So with the meal prep boxes and the setting a plan and having it stable, or having whatever your endeavors are stable and written and like known, you know what you're going to do when that time arises and you're hungry.
So my meal preps have been the pizza boxes.
Ooh, pizza.
And it's crazy, man. I've been eating them all. Like, literally, like, in one sitting, I could probably eat one whole pizza box by myself. And it's like, yeah.
Well, you want to gain weight, don't you?
Yeah, we're at that point.
But that's not good weight. Stop doing that.
No, but it's good food. Fuck.
Oh, it's
I mean, good soul food.
Oh, it kills the body, leaves only the soul.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's all that's left.
Yeah, just the soul. Because the body's fucking...
Yeah, this body is already, like, beaten up, decayed.
No,
yeah.
It's because food is so beautiful. And, like, that chocolate cake is so beautiful.
Ugh.
But if you eat...
get me started.
If you eat the entire chocolate moist double chunk cake...
Michelin 5-star.
Michelin 5-star, you're going to have 20 less years to enjoy it. But if you get the same chocolate cake and serve yourself like a cupcake size... you're going to have that extra 20 years to enjoy that chocolate cake. What the fuck are you doing? This is about eating more, not eating less. You want that chocolate cake? You could have it for 20 more years, or you could eat the whole thing today, and then you have 20 years less. Pick what you want. I'd rather have a cupcake of it, a reasonable size amount of it, than to die early and not get to enjoy it throughout my old age. Because in old age, all you get to enjoy is food. Come on. Ain't no one wanna fuck you when you're a granny. If you're a granny, my number's not. Oh, never mind.
Or you could have 5. Well, no, that's too little. But 7, 6.
Oh, now you're a mathematician. Let's go.
You could have 6, and then the next day you could work out. You could work out like hardcore, dude.
Yeah.
Like deadlift, squats, etc. We could fucking move that fucking thing.
Yeah.
You just start just start flipping it over.
Yeah, but have you ever tried to run off 500 calories?
Run?
Yeah. Or walk it even.
How is there any way that I could like what's it called? Check that on my phone?
This Chad has never walked on a treadmill at the gym.
Yeah,
it's right there. You check on your phone.
No, but
I've
I've never gone for like calories. I've never tried to burn calories.
So what you do is
like this is what I do when I work out. I just warm up the body. If anything, I don't even do the fucking thing anymore. I just like hit the bag as a cardio thing, you know.
So
like, I'm not trying to burn calories.
If you want to walk to see how many calories you burn, you like put your phone on like Google workout whatever, and it just monitors where you're walking and what the elevation is. So if you go uphill, it gives you extra calories, and it tells you how many calories you burn off the Google itself.
Alrighty.
You just
I'll just sprint up and down the street, and then I'll burn the 5 calories.
As long as you have your phone like in your whatever, it'll like.
All right.
5 calories. You told me 5 slices of that cake. They ain't 5 calories. That's 500.
Yeah, whatever the fuck. 5,000,
No,
500,000.
If you run up and
5
down,
million?
if you run up and down for the 500 calories, it'll take you like 2 hours.
We'll see.
You'll be out there like.
Okay, tomorrow we'll do it.
500 calories up and down, constant.
500 calories.
God damn. I'm not gonna put you through that. That's hard.
No, I'm gonna put myself through that. I don't need you to put me through anything.
I'll do it myself. Yeah, because the body, you think like, oh, it's 100 calories, it's fine, and after like 15 minutes, I'm like, I'm barely at 100 calories. What the fuck? You know, like it sucks.
Yeah, but I'm a high output
Machine.
Yeah. I'm a Mercedes, bro. I'm an AMG.
Then what the fuck am I? A dump truck or some shit? God damn, I'm a Mercedes. Goddamn Beetle or something. I'm just a barrel rolling down a hill constantly.
No, bro. Don't say that. You're that Mercedes out there, parked out there. You're just.
It doesn't work yet, but soon.
Yeah, you're a work in progress.
It'll be worth something soon.
Yeah,
I got it.
Just keep going and putting your calendar notes, and next thing you know, we'll have rims and the headlights restored.
Fuck, I'm getting headlight. I don't think I want the headlights. Okay, you can keep that. Shit, I don't want the headlights installed. Okay, like I need that. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, man, but I think I could burn 500 calories pretty easily.
Man, it's difficult.
I think I can though. But you have to understand, like athletic endeavors, doesn't seem daunting to me. But then again, I've never marginalized calories, so I don't know how to conceptualize 5 to 500 calories.
So
in exercise.
500 calories is 500 grams of chicken. So 500 calories might be like a Big Mac, but cut off a little.
No, I understand. I understand the calories that's in the food. I just don't understand how I can like burn it. You know, like how many calories will I burn if I sprint from the bottom of the street all the way to the top where the Jesus is at? Like
maybe 1.
Bro, I think I will burn 10 calories.
A calorie is the amount of energy it takes to heat up a small cube of water, 1 degree Fahrenheit.
Yeah, then I think I would burn like 10 calories. And we could go off there. Yeah. Like that's the first test.
We could plug it in the Google thing and see how much it is. Yeah, let's see what's up.
That's the first test, and then after that, we'll see how long it takes me to burn the 500 calories.
And if you do that, you won't eat 500 calories, right? Like when you come in, you're not gonna eat 500 calories of food. You're just gonna like eat like 300 calories, right?
Why?
Because we're talking about a diet making you like lose weight and trying to out exercise your eating habits.
Why would I do that?
Because I'm a fat person talking about diet food and
Yeah,
shit.
but that's you, bro.
Yeah.
I'm trying to bulk up. I'm trying to be like fucking like Arnold.
Well, if you try to
Schwarzenegger.
bulk up, just heavy weights all the time, no cardio. Well, some cardio, but
Bro,
not a lot.
oh my fucking god, this guy. I'm trying to prove to you that I can burn 500 calories like nothing. I'm not going to do that with weights. I'm never going to burn any calories with weights.
No, but that'll help you bulk up.
Yes, dude. But like that's inconsequential with my training, dude.
my God.
I'm fucking doing totally.
No,
don't worry about my bulking up, dude. Don't worry about. Okay, hold on. Don't worry about my diet. Don't worry about my bulking up. Don't worry about anything. I'm just trying to prove to you that like 500 calories in terms of burning them, I could do it. I could do it in less than an hour. I think I can. And I think that I could burn 10 calories from the bottom. That's it. I'm just trying to prove to you that I'm a high output horsey.
I'm
you know?
sure you.
I'm the horse you bet on. You know?
I'm sure you're a bunny rabbit for sure, but
no.
But I'm just saying the output is not equitable.
I'm a wild beast, bro. I'm a Rari, bro.
It's not equitable to like eat shitty and try to out exercise yourself. It's like that's really hard.
But pizza's alright. I mean, look, man. The day I have for steak dinners and all that stuff, best believe I'm gonna be splurging on all that stuff, and we'll be having we'll be going to what you call it, the shack, and we'll be saying what's up to the mamacitas. Yeah, we'll be having wings and beers.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not healthy. Okay, we'll be having wings and
we don't have to be healthy at that point. It'd be like we could have cheat meals, one cheat meal a week or whatever, you know.
No, I know what you're saying, and I see the merit in that. But like, look, man, your diet is not conducive to my output. You know.
Okay.
So like, if I eat like you, I'll probably start eating upon myself. I'll disintegrate myself. You know.
But you're doing like the extra protein at every meal.
No.
Well, do it or don't, because you're like, yeah, your weight isn't conducive. Have you done it my way? No. Well, maybe it's not conducive, but neither me nor you knows, you know?
I don't want to eat all of your food.
I don't give a fuck.
I can eat all of your food, dude.
God damn
like,
it.
literally, I look at your fridge, I'm like, bro, I can, like, the hunger that I feel, dude. Like, honestly, like, I'm trying to, let you understand the hunger that I feel sometimes. I just look at your fridge, I'm like, bro, me la pela todos estos pinches fucking containers, you know? And that's where the discipline comes in. I'm like, just one.
Eat them. Take them, eat them. They're good. It's goodish food. It's healthy food.
No, it is. It's great. Like, I like the energy levels, and like you said, and I think diet is the first thing you need to do if you want to be successful.
I open it and I'm like, please let there be a blue jello today. Please there's a blue jello. It's so dumb. It's so fucking juvenile, but whatever. It's making me improve. It's making me feel better. It's making me think better. It's giving me more happy days than sad days. So I like it.
Yeah, well, I mean, all of these things like diet and then exercise, and it's weird because in your case, it's like starting to smoke, a little bit, like of THC and all this stuff to help you sleep at night,
Yeah.
You have found it to be very therapeutic and medicinal. My question to you is like, why don't you get a green card from New Mexico? Like, you would definitely qualify for one.
I would 100% qualify, and I have like a card in New Mexico for like psilocybin shit. But if I get it in New Mexico, I still can't transfer it back over here. It would still be a crime. So it would be the same as me just going and buying recreational and bringing it back still. Because even if you have a prescription, you can't bring it back into El Paso.
Yeah, that's true.
I have to like live like in Sunland Park or something, and I like this place.
Yeah.
And I have access to, some other stuff that's pretty fun, So it's like, it's good enough, and the legal stuff that they sell, it helps me sleep also. So like the ones that I buy like down the street, they help me sleep, and that's what I want it for. They're not as good as like the real shit, but they still help with those things. So it's kind of like it's enough because the real shit kind of feels fun. The fake Delta whatever bullshits,
You're just like, "Ugh."
they let me sleep and not have dreams, which is what I need.
Yeah. Yeah, for me it's always like a love-hate situation because like sometimes I do want to have like some dreams, you know? They get a little bit whimsical. Um so is there any news that you have to report?
News down 20 pounds. February is gonna start. February
Oh,
tomorrow. What?
what?
Oh, you said. Oh, I thought you had something to say.
Huh?
Okay. February is gonna start in 2 days. On Wednesday, February
Oh.
is gonna start. Shut the fuck up, son of a motherfucker. February is gonna start in 2 days. So on February, the big goal in February is there's themes to all this thing. Like it's jump off January where it's like get it started, you piece of shit, you know. February is financial February. So it's going to be very financially oriented. I'm going to continue with my meal preps. I'm going to continue losing weight. The first week of February is a carb cycle where we drop a lot of the carbs, a lot of the quinoa, a lot of the rice, and it's a lot more meat and vegetables. And we get back on carbs the second week, so it'll be fine. But this week is going to be like the suffer week where it's like double protein with vegetables, but not as much carbs. So it's not as filling. So it's kind of difficult this week, but it'll be fine. And it goes back to normal. But financial February, it's a lot of the finances. I'm going to be collecting a lot of money. I'm going to be working a lot. I'm going to be doing a lot of things that are in the financial sector. I'm also going to, around February 15th, start getting ready for military march. Woo woo! And things get funner from there. So it's going good. On February 1st, I'll be dropping all the blogs. There's a series of videos of my first month. There's not that many of them. In the beginning, it was like day by day by day by day so people could see. And then it starts getting stretched out throughout the month. February, I'll record one also and post it on my channel. And they'll be dropping every first of the month so that people could see the progress from the beginning to end. They could watch them all.
Of the first month or how are you gonna set up like one episode for the whole month? Or?
No, throughout the month, I've been taking videos. They're like 10-minute
Right.
videos.
No, I understand that, but like it's dropping February 1st, right?
Yeah.
Is it gonna be for this episode the whole month or just day one?
The whole month.
Okay.
On February 1st, the whole month is dropped.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and then on March 1st, the
So
whole February.
okay, so every month we could expect a new episode.
Yes, and the episodes are themed on the theme, and the theme of last month's was Jump Off January. So jumping off point, getting started, all that thing, that's what it's about. February is going to be financial February, so that'll be at the end of the month you'll watch all the financial bullshit, you know. I'll be losing weight, but the episodes will be more heavy on the finances instead of the weight. And the military march will have its own military type shit, so we're going to keep going forward with all that.
Well, you definitely see people like throwing in the towel, you know, especially when they hit a wall or some sort of obstacle that they couldn't overcome. But you seem to thrive in these environments, you know, like oh man, I'm sorry, my allergies.
Don't cry. I'm right here.
I know this is making me emotional. No, for real, my allergies.
You want me to give you a Benadryl?
Do you have some?
Yeah.
Is it the pink one?
Yeah.
It might not work, but yeah.
No, it's the blue one.
Okay, I'll have the blue one.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, sure.
On this pill, I bestow you health and fortunes of good outcomes.
Thank you, sir.
Woo woo. You're supposed to take 2.
I'll take 1 for now. The fuck were we talking about?
We were talking about setting goals and setting them up and how I thrive under some type of goal sector analysis.
Oh yeah. So yeah, like, just hardship seems to be something that you thrive on, and it's not necessarily like life has been throwing shit at you constantly, but it's like you're not devoid of hardships, you know. But it's like, okay, here's how I can explain it. You know, when people fight, you know, or spar, I don't know, dude. There's certain guys that they just bite down on their mouthpiece, you know, and there's other individuals that they just cower, you know. They just start going. They just end up. They for some reason seem their butts have a magnet or something to the corner, dude. They always end up cornered, and like this, and this like very submissive, like I'm fucked, like position. And you've seen it, you know. It's like, don't do that, don't hit me, you know. And I don't see that as your personality, you know. Like no matter what, you know, like you'll always find a way to fight your way out of a situation.
That's good.
Yeah. So like, regurgitating what was said in the abridged episode. If you haven't checked it out, go back. Here's a link. Yada yada yada. Imagine I actually finally do link something.
You've never done it?
No, dude. But I mean, I think at this point we have enough content to like start like mixing it up.
Getting them involved in our personalities and dramas.
Yeah.
Last time we promised you we'd do this. Now here's an update on that bullshit. We didn't do jack shit.
Like a Dragon Ball Z. Previously on the Warrior Poets.
Previously on slightly misogynistic podcast in a fucking 2-bedroom. Jesse and Thomas. God damn it.
Alrighty, Thomas. So it's like oh man.
What, that was too real or no?
Yeah, too real.
It'll be alright. No, but it's strange because people have these plans and they have these strong desires for them and they really want them. They're not just like, that'd be nice, because for a lot of us, it's like having a 6-pack, it'd be nice, but we're not really going to try for that, you know? We're not really in it. But like, fuck, there's some desires that people have that they're just like, I really, really want it, but they never set any plans. And it's like, bro, like, do you want it or not? Oh, it's the only thing I ever wanted in my whole life. Get going. There's people who like work at the high school. I used to work at the high school, and there's some teachers who are all like, oh, Thomas, you always go on all these cruises. I would die to go on a cruise. I would love to go. I really wish. And I'd be like, cool, there's one leaving out of Galveston next week, and it's $800. You got $800? Yeah, but I can't. I need to teach. I'm like, bitch, you can't come up with a stupid fucking excuse to take a week off? You don't have a grandma who could die coincidentally and you need to grieve? And you want that severance pay?
Well, Thomas, that's the thing. Like, some people, well, I understand it 100% because you have to pay the bills. But, like, this 9-to-5 rat race is very, very dangerous because it really does give you the ability to live your life or to survive at the very least, you know? But it doesn't give you any room for anything else. And it's not necessarily the money situation. Or I even got invited to Acapulco, dude, for free. And I had to decline. Why? Because I had to fucking be a fucking dumb bitch and be a slave, you know? It happens, you know.
sucks,
It happens. It happens. But um, I get what you're saying, but I also understand that like this system in which we're living in now, it doesn't allow people to enjoy themselves anymore. You know.
It's kind of like a break free mentality because she could have remained a teacher and used a severance pay excuse that everyone always uses. So that's like easy. Even I could have used severance pay excuses. So it's like,
Yeah, or I would have made up a lie. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, she has a way and a means, but she never wants to set the plan. Where it's like, I'm not talking about people who just can't fucking do it because life sucks. No, if they're a victim to like circumstance and finances and stuff, yeah, life sucks. But like when you have the means to, because we're talking about like weight loss, where it's like even if you don't have a lot of money, you really do have the means to weight loss. You know, if you're eating any other way, then you have a means to weight loss. So it's like, come on, do it. It's like, how can I do it when the pizza costs $5, but the chicken breast costs 10? And it's like, well, you buy a pizza and you eat the proper amount. You know,
Yeah.
you can do it. You don't eat the whole fucking pizza because you really want to. You get the pizza and you see that the serving size is 2 pizzas per meal. So 2 pizzas with some tea or water, preferably no sugar. You know, and there, like, it's a meal, something, oatmeal, rice, maybe. Those are cheap shit that like even people who are struggling could afford, could find, could get from the shelters, could get from the, you know. But we're not doing those things even when we are capable of it. We're just dreaming very deep desires, and we're not giving our body what it desires. But it's like you can obtain it, but if you make a plan, you're more likely to obtain it, and you feel better about yourself because you wake up in the morning and you have a purpose. That's a big thing. What's my purpose? And a lot of people want to put their purpose on something esoteric like God or goodness or family. But how about your purpose be something measurable and on the day to day? My purpose for today, my overall goal is to be a good father, a good whatever. My purpose for today is to make sure I attend her recital, is to make sure I tell her I love her, is to make sure I do this for her. You make a checklist of things that you want to do better and you check it, check it, check it. It seems very robotic that it's like, oh, it's time to say I love my daughter.
Well,
But she doesn't know it.
Yeah, well, when you do that, it removes the anxiety from your life, and I mean, that's essentially what I was alluding to. You know, like, the episode, the abridged episode, because like, in that instance, you said I'm the warrior. You know, and yeah, I agree 100%. You know, like what you've gone through, what you do, the way you act, the way you think, the way it's not robotic. It's very robust. You know, and it should be everyone's aspiration to be somewhat like you in that sense. You know, mathematics is in everything. Also, you know.
I said that joking about what's his name? Maddie. I was calling him a poet.
Oh, you were calling him a poet.
Yeah, I wasn't
Okay.
comparing me being the warrior and Jesse being the poet. It was me, the warrior, versus Maddie, the poet.
Oh no, that's unacceptable.
That's unacceptable.
I was in accordance with me being the poet and you being the warrior. But Matt, with this duck bullshit.
What was the duck bullshit? I forgot.
You've never heard it?
No. Oh, it is a duck, and we're all fucked up, so bottoms up or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah. Well, it's like overplayed.
It's not even a good party trick. It's like, get a new one. Like, if you had one for every time we did cheers, I'd be like, hey, what's the next one going to be? Like, memorize like 4 of them and then like drop the first one. And people are like, okay, cool. They're a little more drunk. Drop the next one. It's like, okay, that one kind of rhymed. Drop the next one. Okay, I see where they're going. And then drop the next one, but make the next one the best.
All right. So, I gotta put you on blast, bro.
go.
You say you're a poet, but you don't rhyme.
What do you mean? I do it all the time.
I feel like you're running out of time.
You can't rhyme time with time. You said I don't rhyme, and I do it all the time, and then you said time again. Really? Like, huh.
Don't be sour. It's not like you just ate a lime.
Okay, we're gonna continue.
I'm rhyming because I have time.
We're gonna continue with this pantomime. I'm sorry I don't write poetry for 5-year-olds. I'll start doing. I'll start writing you poetry of Duck Duck Goose. Okay, fuck.
Okay, so
I tried to make one childish and it didn't fucking work. So
to me, when a friend gives me a book as a gift, it's like a very great gift, you know, because you could give me I don't know what you could give me. You could give me anything, but a book it's gonna last forever because it's gonna be in my brain, right?
Yeah, that's why you haven't been reading it.
But I have been reading it.
Shut up! Look at it; it's brand new. You're supposed to be creasing it and like putting it on the floor and like looking at it and reading the line over and over. And you're gonna just fuck it up just to look all.
I'm gonna run it over. I'm gonna. He gave me Marcus Aurelius Meditations, such a fucking profound book, and I'll have to admit a little bit above my pay grade. But I'm gonna give to you, Dr. Seuss.
The Cat in the Hat who met Matt the Dat.
Well, let's read one of these meditations so people can see what we're dealing with.
I went out to Barnes and Nobles and found all of them, and I like had to decide which one was best for Jesse, and I picked that design. Okay,
I'm gonna do chapter 3. This was the design you chose?
Yeah.
Was there other colors?
Yeah.
What was the other colors?
I don't know. I was just there and I was like, one of them looked too much like a school book, like it was homework. So I was like, you can't give that to Jesse. He'll never fucking touch it. No. And this one, I was like, this one looks like for like a little, like a young girl or something. But it's compact and like easy to read and, you know.
Alrighty. Book 3. Chapter 3. Or versículo 3. Ooh, this sounds really good when you get up and close to the microphone.
It's almost as if they're so close they could feel your soul.
Yeah, it's like I'm narrating a fucking movie, bro.
Now I'm gonna decide to have a stoma. Why didn't you just connect the auxiliary to the stoma itself, you fucking assholes? I don't need a mic. Just record my vibrations.
Right? Because you could just plug an auxiliary into that motherfucker. He could be talking like 200 miles away and never even opening his mouth.
Hey, give me one of those fucking XLR cables from my boy over here with the lung cancer. Hey, bro. Anyways, with
the latest update disabled my penis. What is going on?
I am a real person, not AI.
I only sound like a robot. I assure you, I am human.
It's only because I smoke.
God damn.
Okay, hypocrites.
Because my GPS could talk like fucking Shrek. You know, it goes in, it's like, donkey, take a left, you know? But, like, the fucking stoma people can't get a voice box that sounds like a fucking human. They're fucking assholes. You know, they could do it. They could be like Alexa. They could be like,
interrupting
it's called a stoma. I received it.
Anyways, I digress. As I was saying, hypocrites cured many diseases, then died of disease himself. Oh. Mm-hmm. It's like the mechanic that has a fucked up car, you know, that's all fucking beat up and shitty.
Yeah, he fixes everyone else's every day, but not his own.
What does it say? The Chaldean astrologers.
Chaldean. Also, if they were not hypocrites, they would have never been so passionate to cure those diseases. You know, that's also why I got it, because it's sturdy. But if they never were ill, they would never seek to cure those diseases. It's the reason why we need hypocrites. Whenever a hypocrite is dying of lung cancer because of all their smoking, and they're telling you stop smoking, you better listen, you know? We're giving them the merit of their illness. We're helping them. And it's a beautiful thing, because then they're giving us cures, even if they don't survive it themselves.
The Chaldean astrologers foretold the deaths of many people. Then their own fated day claimed them. Alexander, Pompey, Julius Caesar annihilated whole cities time after time and slaughtered tens of thousands of horse and foot in the field of battle. and yet the moment came for them to depart this life. Her Herac Heractylus?
Heraclitus?
Her Yeah, that. Then that guy speculated long on the conflagration of the universe, but the water of
Okay, but next time you're reading the whole thing, okay? Alexander Pompey, Julius
hurting my
Caesar
head.
annihilated whole cities time after time and slaughtered tens of thousands of horse and foot in the field of battle. And yet the moment came for them too to depart this life. Heraclitus speculated long on the conflagration of the universe, but the water of dropsy filled his guts and he died, caked in the polluted polis of cow dung. Vermin were the death of Democritus, and vermin of another sort killed Socrates. What of it then? You embarked, you set sail, you made port. Go ashore now. If it is to another life, nothing is empty of the gods, even on that shore. And if too insensibly, you will cease to suffer pains and pleasures no longer in the thrall to a bodily vessel, which is a master as far inferior as its servant its superior. One is mind and divinity, the other a clay of dust and blood. Okay.
Yeah, so it's it's meditation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
after reading it a few times and contemplating, you're supposed to sit and think about it. And
Well, I was
think
gonna
about
talk about it, and I know I'm sounding retarded like every time I talk, but like that's why it's it's because like every time I say something, like three or four more different thoughts are popping up, and one of them is a lot more controversial than what I was about to say. So it's like I kind of like there's a deviation, but at the same time there's a growth. And when I'm about to talk about this, it's like it just keeps growing and growing and growing in terms of like the pathways and the way I conceptualize what just happened here.
isn't it beautiful that your mind has multiple ideas going on and you get to decide which one you pick to say?
Yeah, and that's why I tell everyone like don't get married to your fucking ideas. Don't get so fucking caught up on these like ideals and movements and propagandas. You know, like there's a reason. And don't get me wrong, like I'm not demonizing people who follow certain movements, and I'm not against people who follow the crowd. You know, I've already talked shit about them. I've already made fun of it, but it's all fun and games. You know, like to me, it's all fun and games because nobody's getting hurt. You know, but um it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous when you get enough people and living their lives like this, where like they think they're having their own ideas, they think they know what they know, and they think what's right is right and what's left is, you know what I mean? It gets to the point where you're literally shooting people in the face in the name of like fucking Hitler because these motherfuckers are Jews, you know?
Yeah, our bodies are very confused right now. Our bodies themselves has confusion because we're supposed to be acting like humans, but we're not. We're sitting a long time staring at a screen, a bright light. That's not natural. Our body thinks it's weird. We're dealing with anxieties because a lot of the things we're doing don't make sense. In order to travel, we just sit. So our bodies feel like we never even went anywhere because we never worked out and walked and shit. We're just kind of everywhere we want to be at all times. You know, we're confusing our bodies, we're confusing our souls. We need to get back to the traditional ways that even biologically we function, but it's becoming more and more difficult to do so because we're being pulled further into technology, pulled further into scan barcodes, and we don't have human interactions. It's like, oh, thank God I don't have to talk to the cashier. And that means we don't know how to talk to the ones we love or the ones we care about, so we feel lonely because we're not telling them what we need or what they want or what they need or they want. So it's a disgusting thing that's eating society from the inside out. But it's like, who's like, my body doesn't want to be wearing clothing at all. That's confusing enough, but we have some type of shame of nudity. That's it, confusing enough. But then, it's like, take account what your physical body did today and tell me if it's okay. If I write on a sheet of paper, sit 7 hours, lay down 8 hours, walk for 1 hour.
No, I get
Is
what you're
that
saying. You're
normal?
fucked. You're fucked. Either way you chop it up. Like, even if you have an office job or like a fucking cashier job, like you're standing all day, like, okay, great job. Like, dude, like working out, dieting, meditating, all of these things, they're cornerstones for like a good mind and a good spirit,
Like meditating, if we were out in the wild and hunting and we just killed a gazelle and we were all happy, we wouldn't spend the day going out in anxiety. We would sit and just think, and we'd be like, oh, yeah, Well, we don't do that in modern society because we need to go make money, but our natural bodies do want to sit and just like enjoy the time. It's just like animals. That's what they do. They eat, and once they're done eating, their excitement goes down, and they get to sit down and they like.
Yeah. Well, times have changed definitely, and we have to accept them. Like a lot of our pains they come from wanting things to be as we want them to be. We want the woman that we want, and if she doesn't want us, then we want to kill ourselves or whatever the fuck. If we don't get the money, then we want to kill ourselves. If we don't get the fame, then we want to kill ourselves. Like, it gets to that point, you know what I mean? Like, where we get married again to these ideas, to these ideals in our mind that we're like, we're gonna get married to her and we're gonna have children and we're gonna have the money and we're gonna have the cars. Next thing you know, you're living your life like a bum, and it's like, well, yeah, like, you want all these things, you're living in a very minimal manner. Like, of course, like, I'd be depressed too. But like, the thing is that it's like, it's an internal thing. It's like, you have to manage these things internally. Like, you have to accept that life will throw curveballs at you, that you will have to suffer, but you have to be graceful through it all. And you have to be okay when there's departures in your life. Like, that's essentially what the Book of Five Rings talks about. When there's a time for separation, you shouldn't be saddened by it, and the ultimate separation would be death. A parent or a sibling or a loved one dying, it's like, there you go. Like, you shouldn't be saddened by that.
Yeah, your life continues. It's not going to always be the same. You want it to be the same life, but who knows? There's all these stories of, 10 years later, they found their calling in making cake pops, and now they own a store in fucking New York, and they never had that in their plans, and they never try new things. Try new things. Be outlandish with the ones you love, but like, for sure, try new things, because this whole, I know there's some people who are like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm not down for that. Nah, I'm not gonna do it. Don't they have a cheesecake factory over there? I like Cheesecake Factory. Let's go do that. And it's like, you've already done Cheesecake Factory. Like try new things. Try things that you don't know.
I mean, a recession's on its way, so like, the time to make money is now. And I don't want to talk too much about money, because it's my time to make money, and I'm selfish like that, I kind of want to make my own money first, and then we'll talk about strategizing and planning and all that jazz, because first of all, I need to prove my concepts, make sure that I'm not blowing smoke out of my ass, and secondly, if I'm not blowing smoke out of my ass, I don't want people to know my strategies. So it's like
it fucking work. What the fuck? Lock it down. No one can know about this shit.
No, but you're 100% correct. You know, like if you are into the cake pop stuff, or if you don't even know, like you could literally start a business today, and it could flop, but it could like catapult you into what you were meant to do in reality. You know, your real calling, your real destiny.
And think about all the fun and entertainment you get from like trying to build that up, because you could try and fail at cake pop bullshit, or instead you could get home, lay down in bed, watch the new 10 seasons of You Don't Really Care Anymore. Come on. Are you serious?
Honestly, I already saw everything on TV, and it's like, fuck, man. Like, at this point, it's just like I just want to distract myself, you know. Like, there's nothing like that needs to be seen. Nothing new.
And those things are cool. You know, you make your own meal preps at home. Try it for a week and be like, that was dumb, or don't, or do whatever. Try it. Maybe it'll be fun. Maybe be like, hey, I liked it. You never know. You've never done it. Try it. Who knows? You know, join the new gym and give the 1 week whatever bullshit. You don't like it? Fine, screw it. Join jujitsu. I don't care if you're a 70-year-old woman who has, you know, obese. Go and stand in there and be like, I guess, let's see how they're going to lock me in place, because fuck. The people from the ambulance couldn't even do that shit, so goddamn, you know? Like, go try life. It's there. It's available. We live in a country that you have so much access to so much shit. You know those stupid comic books, the stupid fucking animes? Go to Barnes & Nobles. Don't buy the shit. Pick it up. Take it to the Starbucks and read an anime. Be like, what the fuck are these kids reading? Try new experiences. They're available. They're out there. They might be weird. Do it by yourself, you know? Watch something you've never watched. Go to a place you've never gone to. There's so much stuff in everyone's community that's like, I never knew there was well, stop by, and you know that restaurant that looks shitty as fuck? Stop there tomorrow and be like, I'll see how shitty it really is.
I took this chick out on a date and to the movies, and I told her that I had already seen the movie, the Avatar movie. She's like, what? When? And I was like, I went to the Alamo Draft House. With who? And already, you know, like fucking bringing out the claws and the you know, the canines. But I was like, listen, you need to calm the fuck down, because I don't even know you, dog. And secondly, I went by myself. Curiously enough, I had a great time, you know?
And then you dumped her immediately because no longer are you walking past red flags as if you didn't notice
Oh,
them?
yeah, no.
God
I
damn
mean, we don't have to get into the details of that night, but yeah, we're not talking.
There's like a banner, that red flag, like, don't walk this way, the dragon's this way. And you're like, it's just a small red flag. It probably doesn't matter. It'll be fine.
No, for me, it's just like, I'll just dip my toe a little bit and then dip, you know?
Is it your toe or some other orifice? God damn it.
All you need to know is that I'm going to bounce.
Woo, woo. Wait, this is going live on the internet where she could see?
Yes.
God damn it. I don't know what's going on. You can edit all this out. We don't have time for this here. I feel like I'm superseding. Fuck.
And this is basically a final cry. I'm sorry. This is no disrespect to anybody, but this is just the way I see it, and this is the way my show is going to be set up. And I'm going to say this as a disclaimer, and this is going to be shown at the beginning of the show. Disclaimer. This is an unfiltered, unedited, uncensored show. So if you have your panties in a bunch, if you want to see raw footage. Oh wait, no, never mind. I need to write this down. I cannot just freeball it.
You're not gonna edit out the lines we did in the beginning?
No.
I'm like an Uber driver. What if they know that I did that?
Well, I'll edit out what. Well, that's what I was gonna say, dude. Like, I'll edit out stuff like that, you know. But for the most part, I'm not gonna be editing the podcast. It's gonna be straight shot. What it is, what it always been, you know.
What it is was always been. I like it. So February is coming. The month of love. The month of love. What are the plans, Jesse? What are the plans?
Eat chocolate.
I agree. Fuck. No, eat chocolate on the 15th and 16th.
No, bro.
It's on sale.
This month is gonna be good.
Yeah.
Trust.
You having good outlooks on it?
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Dropping those videos. Tomorrow I'm going to record my last one. And then,
On the 1st, they're dropping.
yeah, on the 1st.
Where can we find this one? Do we link it up, or are you gonna send me the link?
Yeah, I'll send you a link. Y'all want to catch it, see how I get smaller? Episode 1 versus episode whatever. You know, I like the whole seeing the small change, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Do you skip from episode 1 to episode 30 essentially to see what's up?
If you want, yeah.
No, like in your case, like, do you ever like just boom, boom, like
I haven't done it yet.
to see like if you could see more of your facial structure?
I'm sure it can, but maybe I'll do an episode after where it shows like the transitions between the months, you know? Like I'll do one episode that's like concludes it after the 9 months is over, and it'd be like January 1st, February 1st, December 1st, you know, all the way through, so you can see like the different, pick out clips and like make one final montage.
Yeah. Well, I feel like being at a healthy weight range is very important. Staying away from drugs is very important.
I don't think people appreciate that, you know. They fuck you up, man.
Yeah. Don't do math. Don't be simping. Just stay simping.
I don't get it. Why are you guys simping? What the fuck are you doing?
It's because women have big booties and big titties. And yeah, that's enough to make a man fold.
You guys are the degenerates.
Yeah,
Goddamn, what the fuck?
no, and that's 100% true. But the thing is that women do respect men that can transcend the degeneracy. Well, that's why women gravitate to, because men who are, who knows, right? There's bad, like I said, bad people in every sector in life. But for the most part, I noticed that people who are very, very successful, they wake up extremely early. They're working out. They have this regimen, like you say, like they have this everything planned out. Everything's like routine, rinse and repeat, and they do it by like a religious endeavor, you know. And that's why they're driving the G-Wagons. That's why they have these businesses that are booming, you know.
No, it's real stupid because, like, one time I remember I got home, and I got home like early, like at 2 p.m, and I got in bed, and I was like on my phone. 2 p.m, 2 a.m, 5 a.m, just stupid nothing. And then, okay, I need to sleep. Oh shit, I work in the morning. Now I'm tired. Now I'm gonna call off. So it's like I made less money. I made a bad rapport with my boss. I did all this, that, and the other because the previous day when I got out of work at 1:30 in the afternoon, I decided to lay down in bed and play on my phone for literally, 20 something hours or more. And it's just like, if you don't have a plan to do something that day, you have the ability to just lay down and play on your phone.
Yeah.
But if it has a plan, you're like, fuck, I need to get up and do God, okay, let me.
And you know what? Like, you wake up very frustrated and aggravated and like fiddling for a cup of coffee, but you go somewhat, maybe not superficially, but like deep down, no, satisfied. You know, it was a day that was like, that was lived.
Yes, it was lived. You're living.
Yeah, and the other way around, it's kind of like it was a wasted day, and you're still tired. And how dare you be tired if you didn't do shit? But you're like, fuck, like I didn't sleep. That's why, you know. Like,
Yeah, and well, on this stuff, it really helped me appreciate like washing dishes and cleaning and stuff. Before it's like a chore, but like on that stuff, I'm right there. I'm like, it's gonna be nice and clean, just a little bit more, and it's gonna be a nice kitchen. It's an empty space. Because a lot of people who have the dirtiest rooms have the worst like hygiene, have the. It's like, yeah, but you go and you bury yourself in all that. You don't go home and spend, 2 hours cleaning up real quick. You spend instead 2 hours just on your phone doing nothing. If you cleaned up for 1 hour a day at your house, you'd be like, this is a nice ass house. Hey, maybe I'll install shelves here. Maybe I'll do. You start increasing the value of like your living space whenever you respect it. But whenever you're throwing trash on the floor and just doing whatever, it has less value to you, and you're living and sleeping in a place that's less valuable. You want to live and sleep in a place like you get a feeling when you stay at a hotel room, and it's like, oh, it's nice and open and fresh, and and then you sleep in a hotel and you feel good. We go in your own house and you have like clutter everywhere. If you do the little niceness thing once in a while, it really helps. Just like you don't have to organize it, but if you do try to be OCD, OMG, I'm so OCD about it, and you're like, okay, I'll line it up, it starts looking nicer. It's like, oh yeah, that's right there. Hey, I haven't used that spice in a long time. Let me
When you
try
wash
it,
your car and freaking, it's just for you're like, wow, I can't believe I was thinking about like buying a new one. I'm like in love with this. You're over here for the gram and shit, taking pictures of your damn car.
Yeah, it feels like something new. You have so many things that it's like dust it off, clean it
Oh yeah,
nicely, and like present it.
100%. Like, and then this is something that I heard from you. It's like cleanliness is godliness. It's just like the more organized, the more. Well, it goes back to the attire thing that we were talking about. It's just self-respect.
Yeah.
You have control over yourself. You have control over your domain, and that's it. That's all you have control over. Like we yes, I will create characters that have the tendency to deify themselves. I will create characters that are arrogant, and pompous, and some of them that are ignorant. But I'm all of those things and neither of those things. I'm just a human being, flawed like you and everyone else. But it's whatever.
Yeah. It's I feel it helps. It brings value to what you already have. If something's a little dusty, if something's a little dirty, if you make it special, you're more likely to use it. If you just clean your laptop for the first time in fucking forever, you're like, oh, this is a pretty nice laptop. Let me look at some. You could get the value out of the things that you have already instead of just putting them away and adding them to the void. You could bring them back from the void. You know, things that you might have liked before, revamp those things. And back in middle school, even if you're an old man or whatever, if back in middle school you like to do some shit, get back into it. Why not? Buy a fucking pack of Pokemon cards if it used to make you happy and you like to do it. I'm sure there's a community out there for that shit. Do those things that bring your life joy and happiness. And for me, I've been getting a lot of joy from writing poetry, by meditating. I've been getting a lot of joy. I've been getting a lot of joy by, watching certain types of videos. So I do those things and they make me happy. So I do them. But I try not to let them take me away from like my normal obligations. Because my normal obligations are planned, and I know tomorrow is Tuesday. Monday is the day I buy all the food and prep it. Tuesday is the day that I cook it and stuff. So I'm planning to have people over so I could be cooking while people are over and setting them all up. That does two things. Everyone could have a fun time. It helps people. Well, it does a few things. Everyone could have a fun time. Some people could come and like help a little and like look at it be done. And then people could keep you accountable because that's a large group of people who know me who are going to be like, hey, are you still doing the meal prep thing? That's like, oh, you're going to have to answer to someone. You're not beholden to yourself anymore. You're beholden to the people that you're telling that you're going to do a great thing. Either you're going to do it or not. But they came over and like, yeah, you were cooking at that karaoke party or whatever. Are you still meal prepping? Well, how's that going? What are you going to say when the master comes and asks you what work you did today? Are you going to answer the master with, I did nothing? Or are you going to have to answer with him that you went out and you did a good labor? And he'll say, thank you, good and righteous servant. Here's the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah, so like that's what I need to work on, being a righteous servant. When you ask me what kind of man I thought I was or whatever the fuck, It's just I'm a work in progress, you know. But that's definitely what I'm striving to be, like a righteous person and a servant of God, you know.
Well, I was, I was, I was good and fine with you when you were doing shitty, fucked up, whatever the fucks. And now that you're better, it means I think of you more highly. So it could be an overvalue or an undervalue, but it's a good value because I've seen you when you were worse and you're making better decisions. So I'm like, nah, he's fucking doing it, you know. But then you think you're not. It's like you are. It's
Well, you saw me at my lowest, so you have a way. Like people listening and watching this, they have no concept.
yeah. But
They have no
even
idea.
then, you were good. Even then, you were just struggling. But you struggled to be a better person. You didn't struggle to do fucked up shit. You struggled to be a better person, and I see the better person. I have a memory of the transfer.
My thing is like, would a good person struggle to do fucked up things? Because like as you just pointed out, I did not struggle one bit to like do any of these fucked up things, you know.
Yeah, but you struggle to stop doing them and to do better. Would a good person struggle to do something evil? Yes.
Okay.
They're hesitant. They're like, I can't steal, but am I really gonna do this? Am I really? It's like the first time you try pot or whatever. You're like, oh my god, I might get caught with it, you know. And it's like, would a good person struggle to do evil? Yes. Would an evil person struggle to do good? No, because they're evil and they'd have no cause to do so. So the only option is
So they wouldn't bother, is what you're saying.
yeah, they wouldn't bother. Why? If you're truly evil, why would you attempt to be good? But if you're good, you would attempt to not be evil. Because evil is dense, it has a gravity, but the further you are away from it, the easier it is to travel away from it. But to get out of evil's orbit, you struggle. But once you're far enough away from evil, then it's easier to coast away. It's just like cigarettes. The first few days without a cigarette, that's really hard. But then once you're away from the gravity of that evil, after a week, 2 week, a month, or 4 months, it's like, oh, it's how long have I thought of having a cigarette? You know, once you get away from evil, it's hard because its core is so dense it pulls you. But once you're out of its field, you're free floating.
Well, that's all energy work once again, you know. Like you and I always talk about fucking with it, you know, like fucking with like the our own energies essentially, you know, like feeling it in the palm of your hands, in the soles of your feet, in the top of your forehead. So it's shit like that, you know. Like you could be like, okay, that's woo woo, but like if you try it, you will feel some tingly feeling, something, right? But like what the fuck, I got itchy.
I told you to take 2 Benadryl. You didn't listen to me. But it's like the way this is like an easy experiment where everyone. It's not experiment. It's just a fucking human trait. You close your eyes, you get your hand, and you don't quite touch your forehead, and you feel the headache. Have you ever done it?
No.
Do it. Close your eyes, and with your hand, try to like touch your forehead, but not quite. And experience a headache.
Well, I'm not gonna experience a headache. What the fuck?
But closer, like as close as possible without touching. Like you're trying to get closer, you know?
Yeah, I don't feel a headache, but I can feel like.
Well, you're like 100 miles away.
No.
Like...
Hold on. Shut.
Yeah, okay. Sorry.
Excuse me.
Sorry. Shut the fuck up, you stupid fuck.
I was gonna get.
Sorry. Get your kettlebell, bitch.
I feel like a magnetic pull, you know. It's like I always feel like the more goodness you do in your life, like for example the meditation, the refraining, the taking vitamin N, so saying no to alcohol, saying no. I got that from a video, okay? I stole that. I plagiarized.
Vitamin N, this mother.
No, but like that's legitness, dude. Like, of course, all vitamins are important, but vitamin N is very important because I never say no, dude.
Yo, Jesse,
I'm like, Simone, way.
No, I'm like,
dude.
yo,
I'm
Jackie, Jesse,
before sparring,
this
dude.
motherfucking vitamin N, it changed me, bro. What the fuck?
Before sparring, dude. I'm over here talking to my neighbors and shit. It's like, hey, una chela, Simone. I'm over here drinking and shit, and I'm like, oh fuck, I need to go fucking spar. I need to go fucking train. And I'm like, oh man, I'm already drunk. You know, it's like, so it's like, I need to know that it's like, I cannot be living my life saying yes to everything, you know?
Yeah.
There has to be limitations. There has to be times when it's like, man, it's a fucking Tuesday. I don't need to be drinking. What the fuck? You know?
And it's not just to refrain from those things, but it's also to make those things more potent and pleasurable.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Well, that's what I want to do with coffee, dude.
drink coffee every day and you're just like,
I just need this shit.
yeah, but like drink it once a month and you're like, you know, the princess feeling opens up again, where before it's like you're the donkey just trotting through the valley, you know?
Yeah.
It's a different feeling altogether. And if you want the princess feeling, then you can't have it often. But if you want the donkey just trotting along, then eat a Big Mac every day and be wild with your bullshit. It's not going to taste that great.
That also happens with like getting laid.
Yeah. Bro.
You know, sometimes like, you know, you can have something consistent. Someone, you know, you calling me something as if I'm a thing, a property.
No, but like with food, when you bring the pizzas over, since they're not an option, and like I have my own food, I don't crave the pizzas. But if in my mind I knew I was gonna break that dam and just eat whatever the fuck I want and go to McDonald's right now and get whatever, then that shit would like fucking, it pulls you in. It's like a weird fucking, you need to escape that, you know? You need to get far enough away.
In fact, I kind of want to fucking close this off to get a
brownie?
snack. Yeah,
To get a brownie?
Dude, a fucking brownie from the gas station, nuke it, and then dude, and then with some ice cream.
You want me to teach you like fat hacks? I could get you fat hacks.
And then some nuts, and then with my syrup. Oh, you motherfuckers! I'm gonna have a great night tonight.
So what you do is you go to the Taco Bell that's open until like 2 a.m, and then you get the Baja Blast, and then you drive over to the McDonald's and you ask them for the ice cream cone. Oh, what the fuck?
What is the Baja Blast?
The soda, the fucking Mountain Dew Baja Blast. And you put the ice cream inside of it, and then you stir it up, and then you take that.
Like a root beer float?
It's like a creamsicle, but with Baja Blast. A Baja Blast root beer float.
Okay. I'm not gonna disgrace it immediately.
No,
Thomas. But I'll try it. And then but yeah, I want like a fucking like a blondie from Applebee's. Fuck, dude, the blondie from Applebee's smacks, dude. That one is like my absolute favorite. Like if I have to pick like any fucking, oh dude, that one would be my favorite dessert.
Well, too bad.
No, cheesecake. Cheesecake is my favorite.
Applebee's closes in 40 minutes, so oh well.
What time is it? Bro, these are automatic watches, so like if I don't wear them for like a day or two, like they get unwind on. Yeah, it's annoying, but it's
he
it's
likes
kind of an incentive to like wear them.
He likes the prospect of getting a blondie so much he took off his hat and his glasses. That's how bad it was.
I'm gonna edit out that part.
And he like scratched with his like addict brain.
Bro, no,
like,
it's already like too late.
Yeah, damn. But
Alrighty, so how about we call it a day?
Yeah, let's call it a day because it's too late. The gas station's closed and the crumble cookie.
Yeah, the crumble. Oh, dude, shout out to crumble. You know what? No, I'm gonna be honest with you. Oh fuck. No, it's because I do want to give them a shout out, but then I don't want to start giving people clout in my platform, you know.
One person might be influenced to go eat the crumble cookie.
Oh my god!
And if they get that business, fuck those motherfuckers. They need to be paying us.
I gotta be the only one knowing about the fucking cowboy cookie.
crumble cowboy cookie.
That's the name of the cowboy, the
What
cookie
the
that I
fuck
got.
is it? What's in it?
It has everything: coconut, nuts,
It has everything, bitch. It has everything.
chocolate chip. The one I got, cowboy cookie. Remember?
No.
Well, yeah, it's from,
probably
but
me,
yeah,
yeah.
it's from Crumble Cookie.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
My favorite one, they came out with one that was like Pop-Tart cookie. It was like a white cookie on the bottom, and they put like strawberry jelly on the inside, and then they put frosting, and then they put a mini Pop-Tart on top, and it's like with the frosting and the strawberry inside and the cookie. It's like,
yeah, like these cookies are extra, but like you could tell.
they know what they're doing.
But anyways, this is 2023, time for transformation, a time for enlightenment, and a time for crazy shit.
Chinese New
and
Year.
and I will definitely let you guys know what's going on, because I will be at the front lines of it all.
Let's
You
go.
with me?
Financial February. I'm with
You
you.
with me? Warrior poet. Out.
We come in peace, the warrior poet show.
Here with the warrior poet, spitting out the facts, artillery loaded, perfecting our craft, yeah you know we devoted. I know what I want, so I'm staying focused. You hitting up my line, it's on do not disturb. Don't need a fool who can't even back up his words. Had to burn bridges and take different roads. You might think I'm toxic, but homie, I got goals.